Hi, we are live. Hello. It's
Hi.
just the two of us right now, but Nidhi and Yasmin are going to come on in a second. So if you're brand new and you just hopped onto the sprint, hi, I'm Rachel. This is Let Me in the Library. Welcome to the reading sprint. Lily, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Lily from Literary Lily. I'm also a booktuber and I talk about disability sometimes too. And yeah, I'm looking forward to reading because I'm really behind this month.
What are you reading today?
I'm going to be reading Lovely War. I don't have the dust jacket on because I don't read with the dust jacket on, but I've been reading it for a while because it was my work's book club pick, but then book club kind of like disintegrated. So then I stopped having a deadline to read it. So I've been putting it off. So I really need to finish it because I am really enjoying it, but yeah, I just haven't got around to it. What are you reading?
I am currently reading Darius the Great is Not Okay.
I want to read that.
There's a book club today at 4 o'clock, which just got the live show got announced yesterday. So I was like, okay, I guess I'll read this immediately. But I'm also probably gonna read a little bit of manga, some Attack on Titan, and some other stuff because I'm juggling
Okay.
my entire May TBR today. But speaking of Attack on Titan, we actually have somebody else on the stream here.
Hi.
Lee,
You said Attack
Hi.
on Titan, and I'm like, I'm here.
you suddenly
You summoned her.
I did.
Literally.
Nidhi, do you want to introduce yourself to your fans?
Of course. Hi everyone. I'm so glad Rachel asked me to be here because I literally love Rachel so much in this channel. And my channel is Nidhi Ready Reads. And I think I'll be filming today. I know. Who am I? So yeah. I need to get my June TBR up because yeah. I don't like doing TBRs though. Do y'all like not my thing?
TBRs are like the only thing I post these days.
I only do TBRs for readathons and then I don't even stick to them. So
Literally, that's why I need like someone to hold me accountable. It never happens.
Yeah, I don't know. What about you guys in the audience? Let us know. Do you guys do TBRs or not? I feel like some people like love to do them, and other people are like, I never do TBRs.
And
So
some people are at them too, like sticking to them. Like Jess, she like sticks to all of them. I'm like, girl, what are you doing?
I don't understand how people are like, oh, I finished my TBR early, so now I'm reading this. And I'm like, no,
Rachel, not everyone reads books like you.
It doesn't seem possible. I mean, I put like way too many books on a TBR for a month because I just don't listen to the constructs of time. But
for like a readathon, I will always like plan a TBR for every single prompt just in case I want to do that prompt. And like, I know it's going to be like 25 books. I'm like, oh yeah, this is my 25 book TBR, which I'm going to read two of.
It's totally going to happen. There's no
end up doubling on every prompt. So it's like the bingo board is just one book.
That's the way you have to do it. I never do that. I don't know why. Also, Leah, me too, because the Hood Feminism book show live show is the same time as the Darius the Great one, because they're both hosted by Casey and Mafalda, and they do like one book and then one nonfiction book. So the Hood Feminism show is also today, and I also need to read that again. I read that back in October, but I'm trying to like brush up on it for the show today before I forget everything. Hi, Ansu. Hello. Oh, Ansu's going to be studying. What are you studying right now? Anything fun? Anything exciting?
That emoji says no.
Maybe not. This is my first time catching a live, and I'm so excited. Oh my god. Well, thank you for coming to the live. We're very excited to have you. Ansu says, it's always fun with these guys. So I'm excited for you. Ansu, this is so sweet. Hello. Hi. Lovely War. I really enjoyed it. Hope you do too. I have not read Lovely War, but
I have a question. Is it queer in any way? Because I want to add it to TBR.
Is it queer?
So far, no, I don't think so. I'd be surprised if it turns queer because it is set in like World War One. So like queerness is not really like a thing as much back then because people had to hide it. So as far as I can remember, no, but maybe if I think it was Ansi said she's already read it. So if it turns queer at the end, let us know. But so far it hasn't.
Okay.
Let us know. It'll make us read it a lot faster. We'll be very excited to read it. Hi Giselle. TBR stress me out. Yeah. I love making them, but I get very stressed. So
I never follow them. There's no making them.
And yet we need the content. We need your content. I love TBRs. Do I stick to them? Just a bit. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it too. But
more than me.
Hi, Jaleesa. These reading sprints are exactly what I need this morning, but also I really don't like TBRs. Yeah. I feel like we have a consensus. TBRs stress mood readers. Yeah. Are you guys mood readers typically?
So mood reader. Like, I drop a book anytime. Like, it's so bad.
I'm
You've
like a
seen my
mood
current
reader, but I
reading.
can never find the perfect book. So I've literally had to create like a little prompt game for myself that I never do on my channel because I don't do TBR videos. But like when I can't pick a book, I'm like, I'm gonna roll the dice and just see what I get, and then try and pick a book based
Oh
on
wait,
that.
that's so fun. You should do that. I mean, I guess it depends on like if you actually stick to it. Then if you're like, never mind, I'll read something else now. But still, that would be so fun to see. Kaji says, I think I want to start doing TBRs too, just so I make the just so I make the book I actually want to. Oh, I want to read a priority. Yes. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I was always a mood reader, but I would like just finish whatever it was I was reading. That's not true. I read like 15 books at the same time. But like the point is I try to like read stuff before it's due back to the library or something like that. But everybody let us know what it is that you're reading today. Nitty, what are you reading today?
I am gonna try to film, so.
Oh, okay.
But also Attack on Titan, yes. But I'm actually, did I tell you I started Death Note? So like I'm like 2 volumes.
Everyone just clutched their chest like,
I know. It's like I
love
anime
Death Note
like back
so
in
much.
October, like right when I was beginning, into anime, and it's so weird because I just the feelings I had then, and now I'm like reading. It's weird. It's just I don't know.
Well, are you only reading it, or I think did you already watch it?
Yeah, I watched it back in October. So.
But now you're reading it. Okay.
Yeah, because I don't know if I feel like I don't know if you remember this, but I remember this where I told you I didn't really like the ending, and you're like manga, and I'm like, what is manga? And then you had to explain it to me.
Oh yeah, because I was okay. Because for those who have watched the Death Note anime and been like, pretty good, except the ending. I agree because the ending is very different in the manga, and I think it's like way more like full circle, literally like poetic in the manga, and in the anime, it's just like, what are you doing? Like, I don't know, like suddenly it became like a 90s thing with like this beautiful sunset in the background. I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. It doesn't what is going on? I will not spoil what's happening, obviously, but like I highly recommend you read it. I like watching like the dramatic scenes, like the potato chip. Fantastic. But like everything else, I'm kind of like, I kind of feel like the manga was better. But I don't know. That was like one of the big manga. I think it still is, but that was like one of the biggest manga that everyone was always talking about. So I definitely read that kind of like earlier in my manga reading career, probably. So people are probably like, I'm not reading manga today, so let's hear what other people are reading as well. I'm reading People We Meet on Vacation. I've been hearing so many things about this. This is pretty new. I think like a month or two it just came out.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Let us know how you're liking it so far. I am studying audit and assurance for CPA classes. Now I understand the emoji, but I hope it's not so bad. Lily, are you British? Hello from Wales.
I am. I'm from. If you're from Wales, then like, I'm from Buckinghamshire, which is like near London. So yeah, I'm British, and I'm very British.
Yes, the reason we're actually doing sprints pretty early today is because I wanted to allow for like people that are in like BST to not have to like stay up till 2 a.m. whenever we do sprints. So that's why we're kind of doing it at like 10:30 in the morning in like Eastern Standard Time, I guess. I'm reading Den of Vipers. Oh, Den of Vipers. Because it's been sitting on my Kindle for a month now and I want to get it over with. I haven't read it myself, but I've seen everybody's vlogs and stuff about how Den of Vipers was not the best. Say Nitty, I DNF'd 2 books last night. Mood readers.
It's weird because I don't DNF, leave it on my shelf. I'm like, I'll get back to it. It's not DNF.
I think it was like the 3rd live we were ever on or something. But that's when like we went through your entire like currently reading stuff, and you just
wanted to get to that. Because some of them, like, I know I'm not reading right. I want to read, so it's on my currently read. I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Don't ask.
I used to do the same thing before I joined BookTube when I was like, nobody cares about my Goodreads except for me. So I'm just going to keep literally like currently reading for the past 5 years on my shelf. And then when people would like look at it, I was like, now I feel a little self-conscious. I'm going to change it. So I don't know.
I haven't got all of my
Okay, well, now you're making me
reading
small
on Goodreads, but I have like a shelf on my headboard that is for my current reads, and there's 9 on there. If that makes you feel any better, so
Wait, that's really cute. I love that. It's like in person.
yeah, I keep them because I'm like when I'm in bed, I can just reach them
You can
really
just.
easily. So it's like my currently reading little shelf,
That's so much. That's so great. I
but
love
it's quite full at the moment.
that. Ansa says, I don't remember there being any queer characters for Lovely War. There was an interracial relationship, which was super cute.
And they are adorable.
Wait till July.
No, not Den of Vipers. I wish you luck. Yeah, I know. Jaleesa and like a bunch of booktubers did. I think like a buddy read. I don't know if it was like a live buddy read or something, but they read Den of Vipers and they did not enjoy it. Isn't that the very spicy book? Hee hee hee. Yes. Oh my god, I love Death Note. I love the reaction for Death Note. All of us clutching our chests. Hi Sid. Hello.
Hi, Sid.
Sid says, I'm at work, so I can't stay, but I just want to say hi. Well, thank you for popping in. I'm 40% in, and it's not getting any better. The Death Note anime was like, forget good endings. People want sunset.
Okay. See, I thought so many people liked the ending, and I thought unpopular opinion about it, but clearly not.
I don't know. I don't know like the general consensus is for most people, but I definitely was in the party of like.
It didn't make sense. Like it just was not. No.
I mean, like
it felt like it just threw away the last few episodes of like all the character development and everything. They were just like, let's just have this, and you're like,
yeah.
Also
Okay.
for the plot, I was like, we're at this. Like that's okay.
Okay, like so. Okay, for folks in the chat who have like finished the Death Note manga, and Lily, who I assume you finished the entire manga as well. The ending, like I think it's like the last chapter or two, is like the big like gut drop moment that makes you feel like, oh, because like it's sort of like all, you know, like there were hints dropped at the beginning of like this is kind of how it's all going to end up, so
Yeah.
it makes sense the way that it's done, and I feel like the anime like sort of took like one little bit of that and then just like completely threw the rest away and just completely changed it, and I'm not a fan. It's like you had something perfect. Why did you change it? I don't understand.
I stayed up till 2 a.m. I didn't even submit my lit to finish it, and I was like, "That's what I'm getting for a 0 in the grade book." What?
Don't do that, Minnie.
It's okay. I made it up, but still, that's what I was getting.
It's not worth it.
It was just like not the night.
The worst. I couldn't. Oh, this is about Den of Vipers. I think I got 53%, and I read the ending. It was an experience. Oh god. I'm currently reading Moment of Lift. Oh, I've heard of this by Melinda Gates and
I read Homebody
by Ruby Kaur. Don't you really like Ruby Kaur's writing? I think maybe. Maybe.
I was like in middle school and thought poetry was peak fiction.
Then you found out about Attack on Titan. You were like, never mind.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm really loving People Meet Me on Vacation. It's really funny, and the MCs are so lovable. Yeah, because this is by the same author who wrote Beach Read, I think, and I really liked. Well, I really loved Beach Read, but the one thing that like kept it from being like a higher rating for me, I think Nitty gave this like a lower rating. Now that I'm thinking about it, but 1 star.
Yeah, it was so bad. It's my worst book of 2020.
Wait, why?
It was so bad. I hated every moment of it, and I hated the characters, and it's such a millennial, and I hated his stupid crooked smile, and it was just so bad.
Oh my god.
Oh,
okay.
Not my thing.
I enjoyed it. Literally, the only thing I didn't love about it, which is like such a tiny thing, but it's just like a personal whatever, was like the male love interest is named Gus, and then she's like hanging out with him, and like obviously we like make out, and she was like, "Oh, Gus," and I was like, disgusting, because I have a male coworker who is like 50 something named Gus, and I used to see him like all the time on video chat, and like while I was listening to the book, and then I would have to go into chats with him, I was like, I can't unsee this connection. So I cannot get behind this. So every time there was a scene where they were like getting spicy, I was like, skip. Like, I don't want this, no. So that's just my thing. Or else maybe you're like Nitty and you're like, I don't like this at all. I don't know.
They're literally trying to accomplish like 3 genres at once. I'm like, please shut up.
It did a lot. I loved the whole like taking each other on like dates as research for books though. Nitty's like, no. Like, absolutely not.
No.
Did you read Beach Read, Lily?
No, it's on my TBR. I feel like it's going to be my kind of thing because I love romance reads at the moment, so I probably like eat that shit up. Like I'm good.
Did he just quietly judging us from the bottom row? It's
I
okay.
mean, so many people like it, so maybe it's me. I don't know. Maybe I'm the problem.
Hi Nicole. Hello. I'm on a brunch date, but I want to drop in and say hi. Oh, enjoy your brunch. What are you having for brunch? We love it. Congrats on 1K, my beautiful wife. Thank you. Thank you, my wife. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. Honestly, I'm pretty sure I already dropped under 1K, but YouTube just won't tell me. Because yeah, like last night, everybody lost like subs, I think. I don't know
Yeah,
if like YouTube was
I
doing
saw that.
but yeah, because Noelle from Noelle 7 Pages recently hit 1K, and like the next day I hit 1K, and we were both like, wow, amazing. And then today she was like, I think I lost like 30 subs or something, and I was like, oh, I don't know what happened.
I lost like 20, but I'm like, that's me too. I agree. So
yeah. I was getting close to 800, and then I woke up and I was back to like 750, and I was like, okay.
It's okay. It's okay. We'll get back to 1K again, and everybody will get back to their previous goals before. It's okay. But thank you. The sentiment is still there. Honestly, like I really appreciate the 1K, and it feels great to see the K on the sub thing. But like I'm mostly just very happy because the day that like I was getting close to 1K, then all these friends were hyping me up. So it's just
Yeah, it was really
as you should.
very sweet. So if you want to change, oh my God, it's Dr. Carl and Dr. Suez. I always see these comments. If you want to change the world, make something beautiful. Walking distance to the Riverwalk. I don't really know what this means, but thank you for coming. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. I don't know if I still have 1K, but thank you. Disgusting. Yeah, it's true. I never would be treated, but I've heard like reviews about it. Opinions. So it's 10:50 right now. So we started like a little bit late, but it's been like roughly 20 minutes. So maybe we should jump into a reading sprint. What are we feeling like? Short, long? What do we want to do?
Can we low-key do long?
Okay, long,
Yeah.
like 40 minutes, or like what are we thinking?
I'm good with 30 if that's
30?
easier.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
cool.
All right, so we will read until like 21, I guess now. I think that's right. So we'll read till 21, and we will see you after that.
I'll be so that's that.
Oops. Hi. The sprint is over.
Hi.
Hello. Yasmin's here. I'm gonna add Yas back in. Hello.
Hi. Oh my god, was it not muted this whole time?
Oh no, you weren't in the stream. I just added you in. Don't worry.
My sisters, they're all here.
Um,
Hey, sorry I'm late.
It's okay. Hopefully we're not interrupting Nitty's filming. Hopefully we're muted or something at least.
No, they're fine. They're just watching stuff.
Okay. Do you want to introduce yourself, Yasmin, and tell everybody what you're reading today?
Hi, I'm Yasmin. From Yasmin Be Reading. I'm reading The Empress of Salt and Fortune.
Oh, that's such a good book. It's so short, but it's so good.
Yeah, I literally just started it and it's already good. I don't know what's going on at all, but it's good vibes, you know?
Yeah, it's a good time. I definitely was it's obviously short, but I just don't read physically very often to read an entire thing in a sitting. But it was just one of those things that I read and I was just like, I wish it was longer, but it's so good.
Okay.
It was great.
I'm excited. I've heard only good things about it, ever, so I'm excited.
It's awesome. Hi, Steph. Hello. Dina says, me finishing a graphic novel I was supposed to finish 2 days ago. What are you reading right now? Which graphic novel? Let us know.
She's reading Grass.
Wait, she's reading what?
Grass. I don't know who it's by, but we're both buddy reading Empress of Salt and Fortune, but I guess she hasn't gotten there yet.
Maybe? I don't know. I haven't heard of Grass, though. I don't know.
Neither.
Hey. Hello, everyone's saying hi to Yasmin.
Hi.
So how did everybody's reading go? For those of you in the chat, let us know how much you've read, or if you're working on something else, your progress. Do you guys want to talk about how everything went?
I got 35 pages done and they were very emotional and I'm not okay. It was a massive war scene where people started dying and because it's narrated by different gods and it's Greek gods and whenever Hades comes in you're like, great, people are gonna die, and he was narrating a few of the chapters. I was like, no, please no.
Yasmin, can you guess which book she's talking about?
Hades. Song of Achilles?
I'm reading Lovely War.
I've never heard of that before.
Oh, really? You haven't heard of it?
Really good. Can we get do I have the dust jacket? That's what it actually looks like when...
Oh, I've seen that cover before.
Yeah.
It looks familiar. What are you reading, Rachel?
I was just reading Darius the Grey's Not Okay. I actually just finished it during the sprint, and it was also very emotional. Because the whole story is about how Darius doesn't really feel accepted, especially in America. He's very much an outsider, and he ends up going to Iran. And the flap here is so he experiences this stuff, and he kind of realizes what kind of person that he is, and he feels like he's a true Persian, and then he has to go back to America. So I thought that would happen halfway through the book, but it was literally the last chapter, and then he goes back to America. But everything near the end was very emotionally sad, but kind of bittersweet in a good way. So
okay,
I'm glad you finished though.
Yeah, so I started reading Attack on Titan because Nitty knows that because I was messaging her.
Yes.
How did your filming go?
Do you ever film and just delete all the footage? Because that's what I did. I saw it and I'm like, I'll just film it again. I don't know how I'll refilm stuff because I do it way too often at this point.
I'm too lazy. I can't.
Mood. That's me.
Yeah. Even if it comes out horribly, I'll just have to accept it because.
Really? I'm just at this point, I'm not posting anyway, so what's the point?
It's usually not as bad as you think it is while you're filming. Later on, when you're editing, you're like, okay, this isn't as bad.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. I'm the opposite, where while I'm filming, I'm this is gonna be so good. I know this is gonna be great, and then I'll edit it, and I'll be like, this is so horrible. I can't salvage. Certain things, I'll just hate it until I edit it enough, and then I'm like, oh, I love this. Okay, no, we'll keep it, and it's good. But I did my May TBR, and when I was filming it, I was this close to the camera. I don't know why. So every time I smiled, half the screen was my teeth, and I was like, I don't know. I just don't enjoy this. You can see all my pores. I'm not a fan. You can barely see the book because I'm this close to the camera. I don't know. Because I did not like it. So I was like, maybe we'll delete this and try again next
No,
week.
because like filming is my part of like all of booktube. I'm just like I hate the camera so much. I don't understand people who can film so nice. To me, it's just like it's the worst. I hate it so much.
I don't get that vibe from your videos though.
I love filming. Like, I think it's my favorite part, and like I get really like happy when I film.
Wow.
And I think the reason I don't like to refilm is just because I'm always like, do you know what? I'll learn from it, and I don't want to spend the time refilming because like my first videos are horrendous. But like I look back at them, I'm like, do you know what? I was having a good time, and I've learned from my mistakes. So I think that's why I've just never really refilmed.
Yeah, I mean it's my least favorite part as well, though. I hate it.
Not trying to be complaining.
Yeah, I will film for like I will never refilm. Literally, I hate it so much. I can't.
If you film for 3 hours, is that like one video or multiple?
I think I filmed for 3 hours one time because I kept on talking because I had like 15 books to talk about. Like my last wrap up was way too long, and then I hate it. I hate filming so much.
I always talk for an hour, even if it's like a 20-minute update or something. So I don't know. It's just a pain because I'm like, it's fine. And then like I only film on my phone. So my phone's always out of room because it's just like you film everything here and you don't move it off your phone. So can't use my phone for anything. So I don't know. It's a hate-love relationship. It's fine sometimes, and other times I'm like, I'm exhausted. I don't want to do this right now. So I don't know. But I like the end product. I actually really love editing. Editing is like my favorite part of the process.
I agree. That's my
No.
Like I'm a very concise person, so like my videos don't tend to be that long because I'm just like, I like this book.
What?
Moving on.
I respect
that. Like I hate editing so much, so I'm always very like grateful that I'm like that because I'm like, okay, cool. I could just edit out the gaps where I put the books back on the shelf and I'm good.
Wow. You're like a superhuman. You don't need to like re-say anything. Probably.
What? I literally have a script and I can't even film right.
Oh god, no. I'd be terrible if I tried to script it. I'm just like
script like word for word, do you mean?
No, it's just like points. Like, even if I have points, I don't even follow those points. Like
okay.
Yeah. But I love editing so much. It's like so therapeutic.
I used to love editing, now it's just meh. Because like, you know, I'm not very concise in what I say. Like it makes no sense. So editing it and trying to make it make sense, it's not the one.
I feel like I have to cut every pause, even if it's like a small second. So then it's so weird. Like
I have the opposite problem because I won't shut up between sentences. So like the period does not exist between my sentences. I just speak and I speak and I speak. And then when I'm editing, I'm like, take a breath. Like, take one breath, girl. Stop.
How? I take breath in words that don't even like need breaths. Like I'm in the same thought and I'm here like pausing. Like
no, I get you, Rachel, because sometimes I have to cut in between two words, but I never I merged all the words together. So I have to try so hard to try and separate it. And it's not
I think my biggest problem is just like when I trip over my words and I'll have to like try and re-say a sentence a few times, and that can be a pain to cut out because I'll be like, I'll trip over the word and then immediately try and fix it without giving like myself a pause to edit it out, and I hate it so much.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, my most recent video is the Studio Ghibli readathon announcement, which is really short, but I refilmed it like 3 times in the same day because I originally did it, but we were outside. I was outside because I wanted to get like the Ghibli feels. So like I have like where is it? It's here. This is like my tripod, which is like bendable legs and stuff. So I just stuck it on a tree, and then I tried to film myself. So I had to like stick it upside down and like film it. And I was like, hey, this is the Studio Ghibli readathon. But because of the way the tree was, I was basically like just like crouching the whole time for like 8 minutes while I was like, these are the hosts. This is the book I want to read. And I was just so exhausted. And then someone maybe stole my mail while I was filming. So I was like, what's going on? What? I don't know what to do. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they did not like fully steal our mail, but I saw like a car pull up behind me while I was filming, and they opened our mailbox, did something, and then they left. And I was like,
"Oh my!"
Do you think like what? Do you think I don't see you? I'm right here.
What would they even do? Why would you take mail? That's very
I don't know. I'm pretty sure they probably like returned mail that got delivered to them accidentally. But my initial thought was just like, are you serious right now? I'm right here. What's going on? So I don't know. It's always a struggle to create content in general, but it's not so bad. That's usually not my regular process. Speaking of sprinting rather than struggling, I finished a chapter and a half of studying. Congratulations. Good for you.
Hi.
I read 4%. Wow. That's great. I did not read. I think Steph also like just got here, so that's also fine. Oh, I was working on a thumbnail. For you guys, does it take a long time to make your thumbnails, or like what's your process for that stuff? Do you guys take like specific thumbnail photos, or do you just like take a screenshot from the video?
Do you know what I'll do?
I'll always take a picture.
I'll be like posing while it's still filming.
Oh, I do that too, yeah. Where I'll hold up like a bunch of books and be like, wow. And then whenever I forget, then you get one like the Studio Ghibli one where I'm just like not really looking at the camera.
Wow, that was candid. Look at you.
No, but all thumbnails themselves, I just do it while it's exporting because my thumbnails have no creative, like no creative goes behind them. So it's so easy for me to just slap some text.
I think
that's mine are pretty like basic. I just like the thing that takes the longest is I have to use like an editing app to cut myself out so then I can have like the blurred background with the words and then me in front of the words. And that will take me like 10 minutes maybe if it's like a really awkward pose. But yeah, I always take the picture properly because I always find when it's screenshots, I'm just not. It's not good for me.
You take you set it up to like take a picture? Like, whoa.
I try to take it before I do the video, otherwise I'll forget.
I just awkwardly stare at the camera like, hey.
What do you guys use to edit your pictures?
I use PixArt to cut myself out, and then I just make the whole thumbnail on Canva.
Wait, so Lily, when you cut yourself out, can you just use remove background, like remove.bg?
On PixArt, you can like there's a function that says like cut person, and then it cuts the person out, but like it's not very good at getting it accurate, and it will like blend it out, which doesn't look good when you're like putting it back on top of the same picture. So I have to like go around the edges of me to like make sure it's solid and like make sure it doesn't pick anything else.
Yeah, because like I used to like grab the select tool and manually cut everything.
That's what I do.
I tried doing that once and it's horrendous.
So I did that for like 8 months at least. And then recently, in recent months, I found out about remove.bg, which is how I made the thumbnail today. So I just took pictures of everybody. I ran it through remove background and you just download it. And I just
Is that like a website or like a...
Yeah, it's just a website. You just upload a picture and it removes the background for you.
No
and
way.
I mean, if you look at the picture for today, it looks like pretty good, and like it took a second, so I definitely recommend that.
Wow, girl,
so, you're saving my life. Hello,
life hack for you guys.
Yeah, the way it looks on like PixArt is like I've done cut person.
That's what
and, like,
I do. Yeah,
it in red like is what, and then you just have to go around it to fix it.
Wait, you do it on your phone? Isn't that so much?
Yeah,
harder?
I do mine too.
It's so much easier for me because I can use my finger, whereas like if I do it on the computer, I have to use the mouse, and I'm not very steady with a mouse. And you can like you can zoom in quite closely with PixArt.
Plus, you use the font on like Canva because I use like the font like Fonto or something on my phone. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I use Fonto sometimes.
Yeah, I use Canva to do like the fonts and.
You guys
I don't know. I just can't find good text on Canva.
Yeah, I use what's it called? Paint Tool Sci version 2. Which was like Paint Tool Sci used to be like what everybody used on Tumblr to draw stuff way back in the day, and they released Paint Tool Sci 2, which allowed you to write text. And I think somebody had like a free download file, so I grabbed that. I have no idea how to download it today, so I'm sorry, but I used that. So it's basically like Photoshop if it wasn't as intimidating, I feel like. So I use that for like everything that I do, and then sometimes I'll like grab it and throw it into Fonto if I want to put extra font and stuff on it, but you can also just like download fonts to your computer. The only thing is like Fonto lets you do like the curvy.
Yeah, Canva doesn't let you curve. It's so annoying.
I think
you can add like the one type of curve on Canva, and that's literally it.
I think
and it's
like limited stuff with it, maybe.
Yeah.
Like I have Photoshop because I have like the Adobe package, student package or whatever. I don't know anything. Like, I'm just like, why do I have this? This is a waste of
Very
money. Like,
confusing.
right? And have y'all seen like Lala's like thumbnail video, like that hour-long? I don't even know. And she was out here doing magic, and I'm here like, what?
She's a graphic designer though, so.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's
always the graphic designers. Like, you know, with Cindy, like, it's always them.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah,
I do everything on GIMP, like everything.
What's
GIMP is like, it's like a free version of Photoshop, and it's shitter. But
wait, I think I used GIMP years ago because I used to draw stuff all the time on the internet. So I feel like I used GIMP way back in the day.
Steph, do you have like an iPad or something for Procreate? Because like I know so many people do the sport. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
I love when people draw.
If you have like the stylus, it makes it so much easier. I used to like because I have a tablet that I used for drawing. I've had the same tablet for years and years, but now I end up just using my mouse. Because if you just zoom in big enough and if you change up the layering, then I feel like it's not like okay. I mean, I'm talking about stuff where like, you know, today if you look at the thumbnail, we're all outlined kind of. So like I'll just like draw a loose like line around everybody and then I'll just change it so it's behind everybody so it doesn't have to be perfect.
That makes sense.
So,
I'm impressed. I'm not steady enough with the mouse. I've tried doing that and like I really want to get an iPad and a pen eventually.
Yeah. I use my iPad. Okay. Dana says Photoscape X or something is also a good free Photoshop app.
I love it so much for the thumbnail.
Thank you.
Yeah, it looks really cute.
I was like waking up in like a fever, like I have to make the thumbnail today. Like, wake up, make the thumbnail.
Oh my god, that's me. Every time I have reading sprints, I'm like thumbnail time.
I made like a fake thumbnail last night because do you remember everybody was talking about Yasmin knows this. You know, everybody was talking about like post a full body picture of yourself and tell us how tall you are. So I found out that Yasmin is much taller than I thought because Yasmin is 5'8" and I'm 5'5", and I know that you two are 5'2". So when I made the picture, Yasmin is like this big and everyone else is just this tall.
No, but Yasmin has such tall energy and you should be tall.
I just assume everyone is my height and that's I know that's so incorrect, but I'm always just like, you have to be like
you're
my
like
height.
solidly average height. That's a fair assumption. If I was to assume everyone was my height, I think everyone was tiny. And my experience is I'm the tiny one.
This problem too, where I have like no concept of height. Like you could tell me you're 5'10", I'd be like, wow, tall. You could tell me you're 5, wow, tall.
I thought Steph was tall. I don't know why. I was just so convinced that she was my height.
Steph has tall energy. I can't explain it.
Same. I don't know what that means, but I get what that means. Like,
but when I thought she was like tall, I mean, I think like 1 inch taller than me. Like I still don't think it's like too
She's
tall.
shorter
Like,
than you. Oh my god, she's like 5'4", right?
I think so. Yeah, maybe. This is much fancier lingo than I can understand. I don't know what tall. Okay, hold on, wait. I skipped so many comments earlier. I'm so sorry. We were all just talking about how much everybody read, and we were like, never mind. Let's talk about editing. So hold on a second. I only read 10 pages. I was looking for the audiobook. It's not available for free. I don't remember what you're reading, Leah. Let us know. I forget. I'm almost done. Okay, this is about Darius the Great. Very soon. Yasmin films for 3 hours. Okay, we talked about this. I hate my videos most of the time, but I'll refilm them sometimes because of my monotone as I feel that sometimes. I like filming. I hate editing. The amount of chaos I have to take out of my videos is too much. Okay, Ansu also is like able to record videos in like 10 minutes, I think, for like a decent sized wrap up.
Wow.
So
wait, how long did it take you guys?
I wish I had a monotone ass. Too much. For myself. Like I'm editing, I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like please.
I get like a month's worth of videos filmed in like a couple of hours. Like I just knock them out.
Wow. I admire you so much.
That flex is too much. I can barely get one video.
You know what?
Yeah, but then I don't edit them.
I think that's the thing, though. Is
they just sit waiting to be edited for months.
I think the people who don't really like to film, it's because we get tired. Because every time I film one video, it's at least an hour long, and I'm gonna condense it into like 20 minutes or less. Literally. So I'm just exhausted. And if I'm like, let me batch film, then I can't do anything for the rest of the day. I have to go lay down. Like I can't.
I know. I thought it was just me. Anything like I can't move. Like that day's over. It's like it doesn't
Literally.
exist
It's
anymore.
over. I have a headache. I have to drink water. I can't do anything else for the rest of the day. I don't know. I wish I could batch edit and just, or like batch film and just
Yeah.
I did that like when I first started my channel because I was just excited then. I was like, yeah, let me film 2 videos at a time. And now I don't even film every 3 weeks.
every 3
Literally.
weeks. Yeah.
I found it easier where you like film a video and then if you have like a secret TBR, do some secret TBR. So it's clips, you know what I mean? So you do like one big thing and a few short things. And then it makes me feel better for doing my makeup that day.
Yeah. See, I just started filming vlogs all the time and I just don't post them, but I would just like film every day that I had like makeup on and I would just be like, hi, I'm reading this. And I just wouldn't post it at all. So I was like, well, I'm not so tired all the time.
With no content, like just next to each other.
Every time it would be like, hi guys, okay, so I'm reading Darius the Great. It's pretty good. I think it's pretty great. Okay, bye. Like, it's just like no information, not very useful. And like, there's no introduction to the vlog. There's no
there's no outro. And then the next vlog clip would be a completely different. Never just finish.
Literally, that's my problem. That's why I don't post my vlogs. I'm so bad.
Do you prefer sit-down videos or vlogs?
I probably prefer vlogging because I'm not as tired. But I feel like in terms of like a video I want to actually post, a sit-down one is probably going to get done faster. Because a vlog is like, realistically, a vlog probably should only be like maybe like 15 clips and just stick them together. But mine are like 50 clips minimum because I'm always just filming like B-roll of whatever or something. So,
but it's so much more satisfying to get that one out there, you know?
Yeah, it's very satisfying because then I can finally delete all that stuff off my computer. So I don't know.
I prefer watching vlogs, but I don't actually like making them very much. Like I do them because I like talking to the camera, but like the editing of vlogs, because like I guess for me it's because when I edit sit down videos I just cut out the pauses, like I don't have to do much editing, whereas with vlogs you have to like do so much more editing to make everything fit together and like figure out where you're going to put the b-roll. I hate it so much.
That's the other thing is like sometimes I'll film stuff and I'm like sequentially it's like talking, really short b-roll, talking, b-roll, talking, b-roll, like so like that doesn't work because if I play the music then you get like 5 seconds of music like do 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 and then it went right back to me talking again and then we get right back into the vlog music and I'm like this isn't.
How do you guys
I
feel
move
about
the b-roll around.
Do you guys
like b-roll? But I think
I don't post vlogs, so
do you like watching b-roll?
I think watching b-roll, but I think it depends on like what it is, because if it's like half the vlog is b-roll then I kind of feel like it's a little bit too much.
There's also the like if it's like one of my friends posts b-roll I'm like yeah vibing, but if someone else I'm like can you get to the point? Like
I don't know if you've seen like Basically Brits vlogs, but like her b-roll is always like really interesting and aesthetic. Like she'll just capture like really aesthetic moments, and that kind of b-roll I really like. But when it's just like when people are just like it's shaky camera and they're like walking around and it's like 10 minutes of b-roll like that, I'm just kind of like skip.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it depends. Like if it's my friend I'll probably just watch anything that they do. Most likely.
Same.
Also, Dana, if I don't have like any sort of like notes app, I will not film. Like I just won't do it. So I need something there because I hate filming as edited. So I need it.
Nancy says we've established I'm terrible at both filming and editing. You film very quickly, so I don't think that's true. Same about re-saying stuff. Also, the editing process has really opened my eyes to how often I say something wrong and I don't.
Do you know when you say something completely wrong and then you just keep going, you don't correct yourself? And I'm just like, how am I supposed to correct when I'm editing?
No,
I was talking English about A Darker Shade of Magic, and I called him Kaz for the whole.
That's not the
whole video.
That's completely the wrong book.
I literally the whole video I called him Kaz, and I was editing. I was like,
wait, who did you call Kaz?
What's his name? The main character.
Wait, which book? Darker Shade of Magic?
Yeah,
it's Kel.
It is close, but like I called him Kaz for the whole video, and like I refused to refilm it. So I just left it in, like put a little note saying like I'm sorry, I know it's Kel.
I love Kel. How dare you?
I feel like I've definitely done that where I'll just be like, oh my god, I love this book. It's called this, and it's not even the same book. I'll just keep talking about it and be like, it's so good. Or I'll be like, I really want to read Red Rising for the first time. I definitely need to read it. I've been reading the Grishaverse, and I need to read Red Rising. I'm like, what are you talking about? It's not the same series. What are you talking about?
I just cut that stuff out. Whenever I do that, I'm just like, do you know, I'm not even going to try and work on it. I'm just
oh my god, same. A wrap up one time where I talked about like the Kingdom of Back, but like I called it something completely different. I'm like, well, I guess I didn't read it this month. Who cares?
Oh my god. Wait, I think I remember that because I think you had a clip where you were like, I don't know what happened with this clip, so I'm just gonna say I read Kingdom of Back and it was like 3 times.
I was like,
that's me when I get booktubers' names wrong as well.
Wait, what?
That's me when I get booktubers' names wrong. Like, say sometimes I'll just mention a booktube, and I'm like, when I'm editing it, I'm just like, cut out. Just got the whole name wrong of their channel.
Oh my god, same. I do that so often. I like shouting out all my friends, and I'm like, well, your name wrong, so I guess we're not friends.
I feel so bad because I'm like, because I don't think of them as like, okay, like if I'm like, oh, you guys should follow Sasha. I know she's Sasha from the Redhead Reader, but I don't think of her in my head as Sasha from the Redhead Reader. I think of her as Sasha.
True.
So if I get anyone's channel's name wrong, I'm like, it's not because I'm not your friend. It's just because I don't think of your channel first. I think of you first. So
that's why I didn't even say your channels for the Studio Ghibli readathon. I'm like, here's Rachel, here's Christine. You don't know who they
It's great because like the people who know me are just like, it's Rachel, whatever. And the other people are like, this person named Let Me in the Library. And I'm like, that's okay.
I feel really bad because I borrowed some books from Beth from Books Nest, and I was like talking in a vlog about how I borrowed them from her, and I was like, right, not everyone's gonna know that I mean Books Nest when I say Beth, so I need to say Beth from Books Nest. So then I proceeded to call her Books Nest for the whole video and like not call her Beth like once, and I was like, I know you have a name, Beth, I'm really sorry.
Yeah, I've started getting emails from people, and they're like, "Hi, let me in the library," and I'm like, I say my name at the beginning of my videos, so thank you. I definitely know you can watch them.
Yeah, it's really not that hard.
I promise the script is more like, here's what you should say, and I say everything except for that. Oh no. Outdoor, yeah.
Oh, Dana really films like everywhere outside. Like I would be so. Dana just puts the camera there and starts talking like so naturally. I don't know how she does it.
I'd be too self-conscious for that.
Same. Do you know, even when I'm doing like today, I went out and I'm making a vlog, right? So I was like, let me just film some outside clips. And then I was walking, holding my camera, trying to do it like low key. It was quite embarrassing.
Yeah, it's a different kind of like confidence to be out in public and just to be like, hey everybody, I'm out vlogging.
I respect that so much.
I'm like, I can't. I don't know. I'm not there yet.
Maybe one day.
Someday. I pose when... okay, this is about like thumbnails, I think. I pose when filming, but I don't know how to edit them well. Zero creativity goes into them. Yeah, I think it's like stuff you have to like try out different styles, like Lala's video. So I want to do blurry backgrounds with a white outline. There's definitely tutorials, I think.
I can't commit to any kind of thumbnail style. Everything is just very random. Like there's no sense of my thingy, you know? Like
it took me ages to figure out my like niche, and now that I've got it, I like it because I'm just like boom, boom, boom. This is basic, but it looks good, so I just do it.
My niche is the easiest thing I can do.
I just listen to my audiobook while I just try to make the same exact TBR thumbnail in a different color. That's all I do.
Please.
I literally have like everything saved as like the equivalent of like a Photoshop file, and I just change the background picture. I outline it, and I change which books there are in the background.
You have a theme. This is so nice.
I just have a border. I think that's all I really have.
Yeah, and then like the font as well is consistent. All your fonts
somewhat consistent. Like before I joined BookTube, I did watch a couple videos that were like, how do you do YouTube at all? And one of them was like, you should have consistent thumbnails. And I was like, that's interesting. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that. We'll see.
I'm just like, here, this is what you get.
It's something that I figured out when I'm scrolling through my subscription feed. I was like, I actually do recognize people, but if they have like a theme, I don't have to like look at it to probably know like, oh, that's this person, that's this person.
I love that.
But I was like, I should probably try and get a consistent theme, but it took me like months of changing the theme like every month until I found one I actually liked and wanted to stick with.
Yeah. I feel like you have to like play around with it and stuff. And like that's actually why it's so interesting, because Kayla basically like experimented for a year.
Yeah, that's wow.
So.
That is commitment as well.
Steph is also in the club of filming 3 videos and then done.
That's wow, like honestly amazing.
Oh no, sitting in the hospital waiting for my psych doctors. Oh, I don't know why you're in the hospital, but I hope you're okay. Please stay safe to all of you amazing ladies. Love, John from Australia. Thank you for coming, John.
You too, John.
Wrap-up's filming time is 20 to 35. Oh, I wish that was me.
Same.
God, I wish that was me.
My raw footage is like an hour and a half. And I'm like, well...
Wrap-ups are disgusting to film for me. Because I don't know how to explain books.
Everything with wrap-ups for me is like, if I take the number of books I read in a month, and then I have to make it like, all right, 30 seconds a book. It's like, I can't do any longer than that. It's just too much information. Can't do anything for the rest of the day. Girl, I do vlogs. I cannot live. I have to lie down after filming. Okay, at least I don't feel so alone. But you're a bunch of unused vlog clips. That's me. Vlogs are so many clips. I have one for like 2 weeks. Yeah.
Dana, we appreciate the outcome. Her vlogs look like a movie, like an actual movie. It's mad.
Literally.
Go follow Dana, everybody. Lily's cat is top tier B-roll.
Aww.
That is most of my B-roll, is just filming my cat.
That's acceptable. We allow it. Cal. Okay. Sorry, ladies. I am the only man here. This is how every man should introduce himself in a room.
Exactly. I was like,
okay,
thank you. Apology.
Oops about consistent thumbnails. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. John says, struggling with my anxiety and mental health issues, and we are under lockdown again. Oh no. Oh. Well, it is, I think, National Mental Health Month right now. So it's good. Prioritize your mental health. I hope that you're getting some help. And some hearts. Okay, so I feel like Nitty has to leave in like 5 minutes or something like that, because I know it's like getting to be lunchtime on the East Coast. So I kind of feel bad like jumping into a sprint right away. So I feel like we should just chat before before we have to jump into more sprints. But oh, somebody just said, I'm excited for the Studio Ghibli readathon. Very exciting. Nitty is also a host. Nitty, do you have like your TBR for the readathon planned out yet?
So
your notes
yes and no. Like I have one book that goes by all of my. So I'm like, if I don't read any other book, at least I have one book. So that's all I'm setting myself to do. Book, but I do have other books, you know, that could go for the prompts.
That's a good idea.
Do you have your TBR?
Yeah, Rachel.
Do you have
your TBR?
I did it in my announcement video.
Did.
Where I had like
I'm so stupid.
Same.
I really commented.
I think it was like, who is Rachel? Why does she have 3 books on a TBR? And I was like, true.
Honestly, I've never seen such a little amount of books on her TBR in my life.
It was very strange, like editing that thumbnail and just seeing like
3 books.
And I was like, okay, this is what it's like now.
Like the last TBR I put out was like December, and I've read like 4 books off of it. So I'm like, is there even a putting so many books on here? Like, who knows?
It's good, because then if we don't see you like doing a TBR for another 4 months, then we'll be like, ooh, maybe that's what she's reading. Maybe. Who
knows at this point with my I'm currently reading.
I think my last like non-readathon TBR was in June, and I don't think I've read like half the books on that TBR. So like, if you were to think that of me, still, I'm like,
Oh my god, Rachel.
Hello.
I didn't show you my lanyard I bought, but I thought you'd appreciate it.
Oh, wait, let me see.
It's Attack on Titan. Look, it's Eren. Hold on.
It's your, well, not quite your favorite, but close to your favorite. Isn't Levi
your
favorite
season, though? But, like, look at it! It's cute.
Where'd you get it?
Okay, so there's, like, this, I don't know if it's, like, a chain, but it's called Pika Pika, but it's not, like, a store, but there's, like, posters and, like, plushies and bento boxes and like but yeah, I thought you'd appreciate it. I don't know.
I do appreciate it. You look like you're ready to go to like an anime con or something.
Take me. Gosh, whenever you were telling me about it, how you used to like work there, I was like so jealous.
It's a lot of sleep deprivation, but it's pretty fun.
That sounds so fun.
We have to go right when everything,
as soon as everything opens up again. I would be willing to go back with you, because I feel like usually I don't go anymore because I'm just always so tired and I'm old now. But I used to always go with friends from college, so we would all go and like staff the conventions together, which was a lot of fun. So.
Wow.
Oh, Miriam asks, if you had to sum up your May reads in 3 words, what would it be?
Manga is all I read.
That's not 3 words.
Shut up.
Graphic
I don't even know
novels.
what I've read.
I just like most of my May reads were graphic novels.
Why'd I commit? I don't know. I feel like I'm actually doing pretty good with my May TBR. Like, I only have 12 books left instead of like half of them.
What? There's one day.
Listen, 29, 30, and 31st. I have a couple days left for this weekend, so maybe it's fine. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, obviously overambitious as always, but I kind of feel like I'm doing okay for once. Okay for once. That's my May TBR in 3 words.
Oh, I love that.
What about you, Yaz?
I haven't read a lot, but they've been a lot of 5 stars. Like most of them are 5 stars. So small but good.
Ooh, that's great.
Yeah.
Wait, Lily, do you have one for 3
Yeah,
words?
mine was just mostly graphic novel.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I read one manga. You'll be told.
Oh, wait, what did you read?
A Promised Neverland.
Like you did?
So good. Like, so good. I'm obsessed.
Girl, watch the anime for it. Only the first season.
Watch only the first season.
Okay, yeah. That's what my sister was saying. The second season, apparently.
Yeah, they just skip a lot of stuff that was in the manga, and I'm mad about it.
Okay,
I read a bunch of the manga, and I think my boyfriend read like the whole thing, but we were like watching Promised Neverland together. So like during like lockdown, we would just like go into a Cosme like video chat room. We would watch whatever. So like when season 2 came out, we were like, oh my god, it came out. Okay, let's watch it together. So like real time, we were like watching the episode where they just skipped like 4 story arcs, and we were both just like screaming at the camera of like,
is it that bad?
Yeah, I was really bad because then they just did like a time skip, and then they just introduced like a bunch of really weird factors, and I'm like, this isn't.
The thing was, like, I wasn't that disappointed because I don't know if you remember, but I was like, yeah, 3 stars, and you're like,
I remember.
You're like, Nitty, wait for the second. It's gonna be so much better, and I'm like, I'll read the manga.
Just read the manga. Just read the manga. Don't worry about it. You can watch the first season. The first season is fun, but yes. Same for the Studio Ghibli readathon. I don't know which books to go for my TBR because I also want to read books with queer rep. Yeah. I'm trying to like balance out books that I want to read for like multiple readathons, but also like there's the whatever-a-thon, which is also fun. Because that one kind of seems like you can read whatever you want, and if it fits those prompts, you get points and stuff. But I definitely want to like prioritize queer.
I'm literally DMing random people like, hey, does this have queer rep in it?
They like, does your favorite book have queer rep? And I was like, I don't think so. Like, no.
Wait, really?
I know, I'm sad about it, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't.
Oh, you're talking about Sleeping Giants?
Yeah. You read it more recently, but
yeah, there's no queer rep.
You didn't catch anything that was like coded anything. Like, I'm pretty sure everybody's tragically straight. I don't know. I am so jealous of the AOT.
I have a sweatshirt too.
Didn't you do like the DIY patch?
Yeah, because Attack on Titan merch is so ugly. Like, it's so ugly. So I had to do it myself. Do you like my Code Geass poster? Are you gonna watch it, Rachel?
I did notice it. Yes, I will. I promise. I actually have. I think I have like a little Levi, like keychain little guy. I have to find him. I don't know where he is.
Hello.
Oh, I have an AOT t-shirt because I think I wore it to like your birthday.
You did. It was the best night of my life.
John says it's nearly 2 a.m. here in Australia. What time is it where you ladies are? It's time for Nitty to eat lunch because it's 12 o'clock. It's noon over here. What about you guys in BST?
You guys,
5 p.m.
This is the earliest I've ever done sprints in my life.
Oh, Nitty just fully left. Like, goodbye.
No warning.
I'm done. I'm hungry.
God damn. But yes, it's 5 o'clock where you guys are.
Yeah.
Where do you live, Lily? Like specifically?
I'm in Berkshire at the moment, near Reading.
Okay, I know Reading.
What about you?
London.
Nice.
Ooh. Apart from books, what are you currently interested in right now in terms of TV shows, food, and hobbies?
That's a good question.
I finally bought myself some like more yarn, so I'm like knitting again. But
what are you knitting? What are you knitting?
I'm making like a cropped bralette kind of top at the moment.
Ooh, that is cute.
Yeah, hopefully it's my first time knitting with like circular needles, so it's not going great. But
it's such a cool talent to have. I don't know why, but it just sounds really cool.
The only problem with it is like you make things so like you have to have like somewhere to put the thing once you've made it. So you either have to make them for other people or make something you actually really want. Okay. So like that's the only struggle I have. Is like I don't need more jumpers, which is why I'm now making a bralette, because like I just don't need jumpers.
I feel like I've only ever made like one really small, very long like scarf or blanket or something before knitting. I don't know how to make like clothing, but that is so cool.
I made this blanket.
Oh my god! Wow.
It looks so like
so nice.
Professional.
It took ages, but yeah, like if you look at it closely, it does not, because it's like low key falling apart in some places. But another attempt.
Yasmin, do you have any hobbies, food, or TV shows to share?
I'm rewatching Scam right now.
Scam?
Yeah, have you heard of it? It's like a Norwegian show. Ugh, it's so good. It's the best thing ever. This is like the third time I'm watching it. It's so good.
What's it about?
It's like a Norwegian like high school show, and it has good Muslim rep. Like the 4th season is about this Muslim character, like hijabi. So good. Every country has adapted it since. Like this show is so like loved, but I guess not too many people know about it. But yeah, it's so good.
I have to check it out. I don't know what I do. I don't know. I guess Nitty kind of got me back into like watching anime again, which is like technically like not really book related because it's the show instead, but she's got me watching Attack on Titan, which means I actually got my parents into watching anime with me, which is a whole interesting experience. Nice. But yeah, I'm doing that. I'm trying to finish Game of Thrones as well because it's my first time watching it, and everyone keeps spoiling it for me.
Oh no! Or like talking about it anymore. I've pushed that out of my head.
I used to like not even need to avoid spoilers because people would say people's names, but I didn't know what they were talking about because all the names were not in my head yet, and I didn't have a face to the name yet. So they could say like, this person died, and I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. So now that I'm watching it, and I'm like, okay, I know who everybody was. I was listening to the audiobook for Disfigured, which is about like disability and fairy tales and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, this is pretty interesting. But then it started talking about spoilers for Game of Thrones for absolutely no reason. And I got really upset because I was like, this isn't even a fairy tale. And what you're talking about kind of like is a stretch. And also you spoiled like season 8, like, or like the finale or whatever. And I'm like, I don't know why you did that. So
that is weird. Wait, are you watching until season 8? Like
I don't know. I think we're on like season 4. I think we're on like season 4. My mom watched it already. And actually she was the one who was like, watch Game of Thrones with me. And I was like, are you sure? Isn't this like medieval porn? And she was like, it's fine. And I'm like, okay.
So, I watched it with my family. Like it's bad, but once you've watched like one bad scene,
then the rest of them are like, it's fine. It's whatever, I guess.
You could not pay me to watch it with anyone in my house, but especially not my mum. Oh my god. One time I put on that one episode, The Battle of the Bastards. Do you know that episode? Because there's nothing in it. You haven't gotten there, Rachel, but it's just like a fight like episode.
Yeah.
And my mum was like, yes, I need more of the show. Put on the next episode. And I was like, nope, it's a movie. There's no other episode. Because I was not trying to put on any other episodes.
No, my family is kind of a bit strange. Like American Pie, we'd sit that and watch that as a family. Like we like never talk about anything, but like we'll watch those kind of movies and shows together. So like yeah, Game of Thrones is like family watching in our house.
Wow.
See, that's the thing is like we'll watch stuff like Game of Thrones where people are like obviously naked and stuff, and we'll just be like no reaction. But then when like my parents are like watching I don't know, like any TV show and like someone holds hands or people like are about to kiss, my dad's like, they're gonna kiss, and I'm like
wow.
I don't know what to do. Like I don't know. Those are my hobbies, I guess. I don't know. Oh, my 9-year-old sister wants to watch I Promised Neverland with me. We watched the first episode, and I was the one freaking out, not her.
It's creepy. I thought it was cute, you know. When I first saw the cover, I was like, okay, I'm gonna read this. It looks cute.
See, that's what Steph thought too, because she was like, "Oh, I love like boarding school, like books and stuff. So I think it's gonna be great." And I was like, "Honey,
is that the one she read in her 24-hour? Did she read it in her 24-hour?
She did it for like a manga reading vlog. I don't know if it was over 24 hours, but it was that one.
Okay.
Yeah, I highly recommend it. I think it's great. I love it.
I might watch the show.
I definitely recommend it. It like also does a great job with the suspense, with like all of the music and like
that's what my sister was saying, because it wasn't too scary reading it. Like there was no, you know. But my sister was like, it was for her when she was watching.
Oh, yeah, like, watching it, there are a couple moments when you're like, okay, like it's a little bit scary. Hi Lisa, hello, thank you for coming. Low-key love that BST people can join. Yes, I wanted to make it so like it wasn't like 3 a.m. for you guys, because
literally that's what time I usually do sprint. So this is like the sun is out. When have you ever seen the sun out over here? I don't know.
That's why, like, when you came on, I was like, something's different.
It would be a straight up no from me if it was 3 a.m.
My family's from Reading. I'm currently in uni right now, though.
Ooh,
nice.
I love all the BST people here. Hello. Rachel, what are some good domestic thrillers, please? Oh, okay. I love Behind Closed Doors by B.A. Paris. That's a very good one.
What does domestic thrillers mean?
Domestic thrillers... Okay, domestic thrillers are usually like... what I would describe them as are like... It's usually from a woman's perspective, and either like her husband or some other male figure in her life that is like husband-ish is like probably a murderer or something.
Oh.
That's a very specific definition.
So like stuff like Girl on the Train or like Gone Girl and stuff, where it's always like kind of like a middle-aged woman being the focus or the like POV that you're reading from. And then usually it's about how like they're stuck in a situation where somebody did something sinister. Usually there's a murder and they have to like find some way out of it, and they're always like coming into some dangerous situation they have to find themselves out of. So like
Google says it's like a psychological thriller that focuses on interpersonal relationships.
See, that's a more like cohesive way of saying. That's why my videos are like 4 hours long, and that's why Lily's are like, this is what the definition is.
I was just getting lost. I'm like, I'm gonna see if Google can do it, because I get confused and people talk a lot.
No, you're totally right though. So I mean, like stuff like Gone Girl. I enjoyed Gone Girl.
I've not read it yet, but someone like spoiled the ending for me, so now I'm like, is there any point?
Me too.
Yeah, I really wanted to read it. Now I'm like, is there any point reading it when I know what the like big twist is?
You can watch the movie. The movie's like, you know, I would definitely say the movie's good.
That's what I'm gonna do.
But I'm
not a thriller reader. Like I can't. I'm a website to do it.
Well, wait, didn't you read My Sister the Serial Killer?
Oh yeah, that wasn't scary at all. It
wasn't really like a thriller though, I guess.
Yeah, that was just weird.
Yeah, it was weird. It was like, you know.
Yeah, I don't really feel like I could put that in a genre. It didn't. It felt like it was like
crime. It kind of felt like
it was really weird.
Yeah, it kind of felt like it was more of like a dissection of a character.
Yeah.
Also, so like that's like literary fiction, kind of. But
yeah, it felt like a lighter version of literary fiction with like crime added in.
Yeah.
Let me think.
I like the tone of the book. It was quite like, I don't know. It wasn't serious or anything.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Let me look up my domestic thriller shelf on Goodreads. So Behind Closed Doors, definitely. I gave that 5 stars. I know, like, that one's definitely my favorite of all of them. The Kind Worth Killing by Peter Swanson is also a good one. That one's about a guy who kind of decides, like, I don't really like my wife so much anymore, and he sort of spills his guts at the airport to somebody in the airport lounge, thinking he's never going to see her again. And then I think they end up on the plane together, and then they're sort of like, okay, but what if we do kill your wife? And he's like, interesting, tell me more. So that's that story.
Someone else wants to kill his wife, and he's like, cool, do it. what you mean.
I mean, basically, he's like, oh my god, I hate my wife. Like, I'm pretty sure that she's cheating on me, and I hate her so much, and like, you know, she just like drives me crazy, and like, I just want to kill her, you know? And she's like, yeah, I do know. I'll kill her for you. And he's like, what?
And he just lets them kill his wife.
So like they're sort of talking about it, like, are we really going to go through with this? And like, maybe we shouldn't do it, but
Imagine
I won't
if
say
like a third person on that row just sat there like,
yeah, like the thing is, usually are 3 people in a seat. That's actually really funny. Especially if there was like the third person was in the middle, and one was like the window aisle.
or if they're like,
kill my wife. I'm like, yeah, I think we should kill your wife. And the person,
I would pretend I heard nothing. Just none of my business. Kill your wife if you want to. Just don't tell me about it.
Imagine. Let me see what else. I liked The Silent Patient. I think some people were able to predict it much earlier than I could, but my problem is like I read domestic thrillers and then I think of the most outlandish solution, which is like, oh, everybody's actually an alien, or like this person's really that person, which is this, which is that, and then when it turns out to be something like simpler, but it makes sense, like Occam's razor. Did I say Occam's raisin?
Yeah.
Not what I meant. Occam's razor. Then I'm always like, wow, who would have thought? Not me, obviously. So,
I only ever read like one thriller, and it messed me up, and I still don't know the name of it. I can't find the thriller. Like I remember the whole plot, but I don't know what.
What's the plot?
It was like this woman, it's flashing back, right? And this woman's now living in London, and she's like a crack addict a little bit. And no, it's not crack, it's cocaine. And what's it called? She's like this businesswoman, and it keeps flashing back to her past. Like she ran away from something, and she had a family before, but we don't know what happened. And then stuff is revealed. Do you know what thriller I'm talking about? Like,
not exactly.
Okay, that's all. I have not been able to find it since, but
it was okay. Wait, cocaine addict woman thriller book.
Yeah, businesswoman. She's a businesswoman. Pregnant, right? Pregnant. That might be a spoiler. But...
Cocaine addict, pregnant woman thriller book.
Yeah.
I don't know. Children of Cocaine. I don't think that's right.
No, I would remember cocaine in the title.
Without Remorse?
No.
I don't know.
It was set in London as well.
If anybody in the chat knows it, please let us know.
Please, because I have not been for years. I just don't remember the name. I don't know where that book went.
There has to be like a website where you just say like, "What's the name of that book?" and you just type in like elements from the book.
That should be.
And it tells you what it is.
That should be, because there's so many books I know the plot of and I just forgot the name. They just.
Yeah. That has to exist out there. Have you guys read any Ruth Ware books? Because I guess those are like sort of thriller books.
No.
I've read all of Ruth Ware's catalog, and I don't really like her work, but I just keep reading them for some reason.
Why?
Because I read like the first book of hers I loved, and I gave it 5 stars.
What book was that?
It's called The Death of Mrs. Westaway. And it's about a relatively young woman who gets summons to like attend this will reading. But she's like, I don't really understand why I'm invited to this, because like all of my family is dead. My mother just died, and her mother was kind of like, she would like do tarot readings and stuff like that. And I think like their family owed money to these people. So she ends up going to the will reading being like, well, I don't know, maybe I'll get like some money and I can pay off what we owe. But when she attends the will reading, they're like, okay, we're giving all of the money to you. And she's like, why? Like, because I literally don't even belong to this family. But she has to kind of pretend to continue to be that person, or else she won't get any money. So while she's stuck in that situation, then like more things about the family gets revealed, because obviously all these people are like, how come we got no money? I don't understand. And she's just like, I don't know. I guess I'm the beloved grandchild of this person that I didn't know. Maybe, I don't know. So
I'd be scared I would get killed by one of those people. I'd run with my money, take it and run.
I won't say, but I will say like some people are not so happy about it, and other people are more possibly welcoming. Maybe they have sinister motives. Maybe.
That sounds like Knives Out. Is that the plot for Knives Out?
It sounds really
Inheritance Games.
I love that movie.
I have Inheritance Games. I heard it was almost exactly the same as Knives Out or something. No?
Not at all. Like,
Okay.
no one. It's got similar, like, idea. It gets compared to Knives Out a lot, but, like, the plot is entirely different. And honestly, like, for me, it was like a 3-star. It wasn't
Wait,
that great.
what's the book called? What book was it?
The Inheritance Games.
Oh yeah, I keep hearing that compared to Knives Out.
It's people say like it's got Knives Out vibes. The only similarity is like, I mean, I guess minor spoilers for Knives Out, is that the money gets given to someone who like isn't in the family. Like that is the only thing. Because in the Inheritance Games, basically what happens is like the billionaire dies and he leaves all his money to this girl he's never met. And she doesn't know why, but like part of the clause was that she would have to live in his home for a year to get the money, and she couldn't like kick his family out, and they would all have to stay if they wanted to get what they would do as well.
That's so weird.
So like he left, but he only left them like £10,000 or whatever. And basically they're all like losing their minds because they thought they were about to get like millions and they didn't. And yeah, there's like some clues. They have to like solve some kind of puzzle. So it's like nothing like Knives Out, really.
Wait, have you guys read The Westing Game? You haven't read The Westing Game?
I've never even heard of it.
No, I haven't heard of it either.
Is it a murder mystery?
Free little library. I went to a free little library. Wait, do you guys have free little libraries in UK?
I think that's like I've seen people find them randomly, but they're not like a big thing.
There's nothing over here. It's
okay. I thought that these were like not real things, but I didn't even know that these things really existed for a long time. But in Princeton, where I like walk around, sometimes they have like just a little thing on a stand, and it's just like it kind of looks like a giant birdhouse. And if you just open it, then there's just books inside, and you can just take them for free. So
the UK gets like way too much rain for that to be a thing without just getting destroyed.
That's probably true. But I ended up finding The Westing Game, which we had to read in school, and it was really good. And I love it so much. I took it, and it has no cover on it. I got it from the free little library. But it's such a good story, and it's like I guess kind of similar to that premise, but instead of it being like I'm giving all this money to you, a random person, it's more like all of these people get called to a house where this very, very wealthy man died, and he says like, if you solve all of my riddles, whoever solves it in the end will get my entire inheritance.
What's it called?
The Westing Game, because I think the guy's name was like Samuel Westing.
Okay, so it's like a mystery kind of.
And then it says, I, Samuel W. Westing, declare this to be my last will and testament, and do hereby swear I didn't die of natural causes. My life was taken from me by one of you. So it's like you have to solve it and get to the end to get the money, but you're also kind of playing alongside a murderer, and then you have to kind of like bring them to justice. So there's like 16 people who all show up, and they're all trying to get $200 million.
Wow.
What's the author?
Who is the author? Ellen Raskin. I can kind of read it on here. Ellen Raskin.
Okay. I've only ever read one murder mystery, and it was what's it called? Truly Devious.
Oh, I haven't read that yet. I feel like some people love it and some people really don't like it.
Yeah, it's okay. It's just like why I didn't realize it was a trilogy. I thought it was a standalone, and I expected it to wrap up in one book. So when I was reading it, I was just like, okay, get to the point. Like when are we gonna find out? And you don't. I'm not trying to read 2 other books just to find out what happened. I'm okay.
I think there's 4 books now altogether.
Yeah, hell no. That when I heard that was coming out as well, I was like, that was the last one. I don't want it. I don't want to read it anymore. I'm good.
You could just read it on Wikipedia. That's what we do.
True.
Don't need the ending. I agree. I really did not like Woman in Cabin 10, which I don't know. A lot of people love like Ruth Ware books a lot, and they're constantly recommending them. And I guess that they must like really work for other people, but I just find them very disappointing personally. So like only the Death of Mrs. Westaway was like really, really good for me. And the rest I was just like, these are either okay or not great. So
yeah, I feel like I've seen her name in block letters on a lot of books. So
yeah, she did The Turn of the Key, which is very popular in BookTube. Woman in Cabin 10. 1 by 1, which was like the ski lodge one.
I've heard of that one.
Yeah, I've heard of that one.
The Lion Game. What else did she write?
Is The Woman in Cabin 10 been adapted into a movie?
Or
was it just a movie with a similar name?
I think that's the. I don't know.
Cabin in the Woods.
Oh yeah, maybe I'm thinking of that one.
I'm not sure because I feel like it was going to be a movie. Maybe they didn't finish making it because they were like, "Oh wait, the book is bad." I don't know. Woman in Cabin 10 movie release date. Is the novel adaptation still happening in 2017? Okay, I don't think it's happening anymore.
Wow, that was like what's that book? Raven Boys. That was supposed to be adapted, right? Like years.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah, I heard it got picked up for a TV show and then never again. I never heard of it.
That's okay.
That happened with Maximum Ride, if you remember those from back in the day. And they like it was meant to be like a whole series of films, and it's like a really popular series. And then like they made one. They took about 5 or 6 years to make one really, really terrible movie, and like it didn't even go to cinemas. It like literally went straight to DVD, and it was terrible. And that was it. It died.
Sad. R.I.P.
Rip in pieces. That's just not good. That's just not right. But it's okay. We got Shadow and Bone, at least. We at least got Shadow and Bone.
I haven't finished Shadow and Bone.
I also haven't finished. I have 2 episodes left still.
Oh. I thought were you not in the last live show? No, you didn't.
No, my face was on the thumbnail.
Yeah, it's because I wasn't going, so obviously Rachel decided she didn't want to go either.
That's right. If Yasmin's not there, I was like, listen, who's going to bring the party?
Exactly.
So, but I need to finish it. That's my other hobby, John, just so you know. Oh, wait, no, I don't even know. Was it John that was asking?
No, I think it was Mariam.
Oh, well, these are our hobbies, just more bookish stuff adapted. But speaking of bookish stuff, shall we jump into another sprint? Sure. Do we want to do a long one again, or do we want to kind of like change up the amount of time? I'm good with whatever you guys want.
Maybe like 20 minutes this time?
20 minutes? Sure. Okay, so we will read till, I'll give us like another full minute or whatever. So we'll read till 44, and we'll see you then. Hello, the sprint is over.
Hey.
Hello, how did everybody do with their sprint?
I wasn't even reading towards the end.
You were what?
I wasn't even reading towards the end. But this book's nice. Hopefully I'll finish it today.
What are you reading again today?
Empress of Sultan.
Oh yes, that's right. How far are you in it right now?
I think like 15%. I don't know how many pages that is. I don't know how many pages the book is. 16%. Is it 200 pages?
It's pretty short. I think it's about 200. I think.
Okay. Maybe I'll finish this today.
What about you, Lily?
I think I read about 40 pages. So there's a lot of like really short, like because it's really short chapters. A lot of them was like one sentence and then like a blank page, which is why I got through quite a bit. So yeah, and it just gets more emotional at the end. So I'm like, I kind of want to finish it just to know if they all end up okay at the end.
Oh yeah.
What genre is it?
I finished my book.
Again.
Personally. Oh wait, go ahead.
This is it's kind of hard. It's historical, but it's also kind of a romance. It's like it's telling a love story throughout the war, like the First World War. So like there's a mixture of like the actual war scenes and then the romance as well. So it's kind of a mixture of the two.
That sounds nice.
It's really good.
I've heard really great things about it. I finished like the one chapter I had left of this, so I started Hood Feminism again. So I read this like in October, so I'm still like in the intro of this book because I basically just started it. But the live show's at like 3.5 hours from now or something. I don't have to be on the show or anything, so it's okay. But I just wanted to like discuss it with the people.
I've heard really good things about Hood Feminism.
Yeah, I really liked it when I first read it. I just feel like it's been so long, so I don't know if I'll have a lot to like talk about.
What live show is it for?
So the 20-something book club and the nonfiction baddies are both book clubs that are run by Casey and Mafalda. So they just kind of like combine both books into one live show together. So this is like the nonfiction baddies book club pick for this. Like they usually do it like every 2 months. They'll pick a different nonfiction book. And then discuss it. So, and then the other book that they're doing for that is Darius the Grey is Not Okay, which we just finished. So, yeah. I just said I just joined. Hi. I just want to say I've been rewatching Yasmin's videos over and over again because I love them. I agree. I remember I was watching your tier ranking for Shadow and Bone characters, and just like. The tiers are so funny. Like, I would take a bullet for you, no Kefta. I'll take a bullet for you with
Those
Kefta.
Those were I honestly just thought of them right before the video.
Genius. I don't know. It's great. I read 13 pages. That's pretty good for a 20-minute sprint. Actually, I think we were like a little bit over because I was getting invested, but had to come back to the live. Hello, just joined, doing some housework and listening to When Diplomat Rishi.
I love that book.
I have not read that myself, but I have definitely seen it around on BookTok.
I watched the Netflix like
series, kind of.
Yeah, that was. I think it's what's it called.
I didn't know there was a Netflix in it.
Yeah, something like that.
Well, did you like it? Did you watch it, Lily?
I haven't watched it just because it's very, very different to the book by the looks of the trailers. So like. I wasn't that invested, but I might watch it once I've read like the rest of the books. It's kind of like a series, but I think it follows like different characters. So I might read the rest of the books and then give the series a go.
The show, like I really loved it, and I don't know anything about it. I never read the book, but it was so good. I think is Dimple American Indian?
Okay. Yeah, it's all set in America.
Indian, huh?
It's all set in America in the books.
Okay, yeah, the show is set in India, but it's such a vibe, like such a good vibe. I really liked it.
What's the show called?
Mismatched, I think.
Oh, Mismatched. Okay. Let me look it up. I didn't realize that it got adapted. I was just expecting like a show called When Diplomat Rishi, but
I think it wasn't as hyped up because people were disappointed that like they changed it so that it was set in India, which like questionable, but yeah, I think people weren't as hyped because it clearly was going to be quite different to the books.
Questionable, why? Were people mad?
Because people were like, "Oh, it's not going to be as good because it's set in India."
Oh, I thought you said it's set in America.
Honestly, I'm tired of seeing
The book
everything
is
in
set in America.
Yeah, the book's set in America.
Oh, okay.
But like, it's
Honestly,
not. It's the kind of story that could very easily be like transplanted into another country, and it wouldn't like affect the plot very much. So, yeah.
I like the fact that it was set in India. I feel like that added to it because the vibes and the like just looked really nice.
Oh, there's 6 episodes. Okay, I have to go watch this now.
Well, I might rewatch it. It was so nice. I really liked it. Love drama.
All right, we gotta do a live show. Just talk about it. Just like Shadow and Bone. We'll do it. What are you ladies reading? I'm reading this.
Oh, I don't have that. Empress of Salt and Fortune.
Lovely war.
Also, let us know what you're reading in the chat. Nonfiction baddies, yes. So Casey and Mafalda, their channels are Mafalda's Reading and Casey Can Read, and they had the 20-something book club where they just sort of like pick any sort of books that they think that they would like to read for the month. And at some point, they put out feelers and said, "Is anyone interested in a nonfiction book club?" And not that many people said yes, but I love nonfiction a lot, so I was like, "Yes, please do it." So I think a couple more people reached out and were like, "Oh yeah, we would really like one." So then they also made that book club, and there's a Discord for both of them, so it's also a fun place to hang out.
I need to start reading more nonfiction because the 2 nonfiction books I read this year, because I never read nonfiction, but I read 2 memoirs this year, and they've both been like the best things I've read this year. So good.
Which ones did you read this year?
The Trevor Noah one, Born a Crime, and then, Know My Name. I just finished that like the other week or something.
Oh, I still have to read that this month, hopefully. Or maybe next month.
That audiobook, oh my gosh. So good.
I don't have the audio, I have it physically, but I know I'm going to cry no matter what.
Yeah, you're going to cry, for sure.
I've heard it's so great. But yeah, I mean, I feel like even outside of memoirs, I've just really been enjoying a lot of nonfiction recently. Like, in the past year. So, definitely recommend nonfiction. But also memoirs just kind of hit different. They're just so good.
Yeah, I never would have thought.
The tier ranking for the Shadow and Bone characters is the funniest thing I've ever seen. Yasmin.
You guys need to stop gassing me.
Just joined as well. Currently reading A Reaper at the Gates.
I need to continue that. I've only read Ember in the Ashes. I need to continue that series.
I still have to read Ember. Is this the 3rd book in the series, I think?
Yeah.
Okay, I heard like things really changed significantly in the 3rd book. So.
Yeah, the 3rd one seems to be the one that people have mixed feelings about.
Yeah, I think I've heard that as well. It's not gonna be as good because it's in India. It's the racism for me. Yeah, definitely. Unfortunately, a theme that we see sometimes here. I'm reading "Don't Touch My Hair" by Emma DeBerry. Okay,
I really want to read that.
I didn't know that was the author. I thought it was a different author.
Who?
I really
have never heard of that.
I thought it was by Phoebe Robinson. Oh wait, I think there's several.
Irish Nigerian author. Interesting.
Oh no, I see it.
That is the author.
Oh, I think I'm thinking of. There's a book that's called like "You Can't Touch My Hair and Other Things," or something, and I think that one's by Phoebe Robinson, if I'm not mistaken.
Is this a memoir?
Oh,
essay collection, apparently. Exploring the ways. Yeah, an essay collection.
Okay.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah. Well, let us know how you're enjoying it so far, because if you're currently reading it, let us know how far you are. Michael says, "I wanted to comment, but I still can't believe to celebrate hitting 1K, you brought on a celebrity." That must be you, Yasmin.
1K, Rachel, yes, we love to see it.
Honestly. Okay, 2K, madame. Literally.
Yes, but 1K, Rachel.
Okay, but 2K, I'm
yeah, but 1K.
But 2K?
1K.
Okay, but 800 almost, Lily?
Like 750.
Everybody get Lily to 1K. I wish I had that power, but please. Oh, I finished Darius. Okay, how did you like it, Steph? because I think we were like kind of low-key buddy reading this the last day when Casey was like, the live show's tomorrow. We were like, what? We have to read this right now. I do have mixed feelings about this. Is the
Reaper at the Gates.
Called already. Reaper at the Gates, yes. Sometimes it's extremely fun, and at other times it drags a little compared to the former two books, unfortunately.
Yeah, I heard that this pacing isn't as great. That's one of the issues I had.
Did you read the whole series? Yes?
No, only the first one. And it was literally one of my best books.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. You literally just said that you only read Ember. I wasn't
Yeah, but it's, like, I really liked it. I don't know. I read it in August last year. So I don't know why I haven't continued. But it was really good.
I've heard it's a great series, or at least like the first book I've heard like really, really positive things all around. Just join all the other channels. Thank you, John. Look, my power. I have 1 power.
Look at you.
1 sub.
Thank you.
I've been writing my work in progress and planning out videos for June. Ooh. I need to do that. I need to plan my videos for once. Do you guys plan your videos like very much ahead of time? Thank you.
Like sometimes I'll be like, yeah.
Like a little bit, but not really.
Yeah, like sometimes I'll just have the name. Like for next month, I have like wrap up and maybe a vlog, Asian readathon vlog, and like that's it. Usually.
What about you?
Videos, yeah.
Because Lily, if you're able to do like months at a time, then do you have like scheduled dates planned out, kind of?
Yeah, I try to stick to an upload schedule just because I like routines, but I don't do very well at it. And I try to do like my wrap-ups always like as soon as after the end of the month as possible. And those usually, if I've got like something, I try to put something like punchy at the beginning to make it more interesting, but sometimes it's a bit boring. So I might put like, oh, I read 17 books this month, or like, yeah, and then like 2 lines and then like marked wrap up. That's usually what I do.
I haven't come up with a way to do that either. Like I keep changing it, but I don't have like a set way that I do my wrap ups, like title wise. It's always
no. I just, if there's something like I can say like, oh, the best book I've read this year, like I'll put that in. But yeah, it changes all the time.
Yeah.
I haven't done a wrap up since last year, in like summertime.
So oh my god, all I see is TBR videos. I don't see any wrap ups.
It's so funny because I'm just like, I'm reading this, I'm reading that, and the only way you can tell what I haven't read yet is if it's still on the TBR next month, pretty much. I've only like taken out a couple things that I don't carry over to my TBRs, but
do you not like filming wrap ups?
They're just so long that I always feel like demotivated to edit them, I guess.
Yeah,
because I do tend to read a lot every month, so then like trying to put together coherent thoughts about every book without stumbling over my words, and then having to do that for like 30 books in a row in one sitting and not
it's not it.
fall down is a lot of work. And I don't know if like other people have noticed this, but with the exception of live shows, I always film in a different background every single video. Ooh. For the most part, because I just like
that's true. Well, I'm basic. I'm just not doing that. I
mean, I would love to be able to like pick one spot. It's just that like my bookshelf area, which is like right here, is just not like a great place to film because I don't have like that much lighting or whatever. But it's just a lot because I can't just like sit in one spot and then film like 5 videos in a row. I have to like find a new spot for every video, and it's like literally just something I made up myself. So I don't know.
I literally live in like a tiny 1-bedroom flat. Like this is my bedroom. I have a living room that's not much bigger than this. So like in front of my bookshelves is the only thing that's like decent for filming. And like even when I film things, like I've done a couple of videos for work, and I still film them in front of my bookcase because I'm like, there's no other good backdrop in this place.
Wait, do you film videos for work?
Yeah, so like because I work for a really big company, so we have like our own, like a lot of big companies have this thing called Workplace, which is like work's version of Facebook, and it's actually like run by Facebook. And sometimes we'll do like campaigns for different things, like for Autism Acceptance Month I did a few videos like explaining about autism, and like we've had to, for the graduate scheme that I'm on, they've asked us to film a few clips to like show to future applicants and stuff. So yeah.
Are they like, wow, Lily, the quality of your videos is just like so good, and everyone else's is just like, hi guys, like
I mean, I'm still filming on my phone, so like, it's just the background that's different.
I don't know. I just kind of feel like YouTubers are like, I don't know, like they're able to produce like really high quality stuff. Like it doesn't really matter what your equipment is. I mean, it kind of does sometimes, but I just kind of feel like they have a way of like talking to the camera that's just it's different.
For like the autism acceptance stuff at work, I was doing it with another colleague who's also autistic, and like she wanted to do everything on TikTok and like film it on TikTok and then upload it. And I was like, look, you can do that.
You do that.
I'm gonna properly film it and I'm gonna like subtitle it properly. And I'm like, yeah, I can't just do like casual videos anymore. I have to do it like properly.
Yeah. I don't know how to do TikTok at all. I guess like at the very least there are like captions for everything kind of on TikTok, which is just like kind of a standard now, which is really nice. But I don't know how to use TikTok. I just feel like I don't know how.
I don't even have TikTok. I just watch Reels.
Yeah.
I downloaded it, but then I've kind of abandoned it. I want to be on TikTok, but I just can't be asked.
The fact that you don't have to like get sucked in every day though, that's like a superpower. Because I feel like if you download TikTok, it's just like 5 hours of your day will disappear instantly.
That happens with me on Reels. Like I'll just be like, oh, I'll do it for 5 minutes, and it's like 2 hours later, I'm still there.
Yeah. That was smart of Instagram to hijack that feature.
I thought literally Instagram's business model. Like they stole Snapchat stories.
From like
everything. They steal it really well though. They always like make it better sometimes, you know. Good for you.
I guess sometimes. I think I didn't figure out for a really long time that the reels like were cropped off or something, and I had to physically click into it because now I feel like I've turned into the old person model of like, how come I can't hear it? How come it's not big enough? I need like someone to be like. I
was just like, why do they know that it's cropped off? Like, and then
this is what I don't like about Instagram is that they put them into your main feed, but then crop them to the size of an image. So like, if you're gonna force me to have them in my feed, at least put them at the size they're supposed to be.
Expand it. I can see. It's already automatically playing, so then I have to watch the whole thing again to catch the beginning of it expanded. Maybe that's their business model. That's what they want. I don't know.
Maybe.
We were both like, oh yeah, this is what the buddy read. We were like, okay, we got to get this done by tomorrow. 2 times speed. Let's go. Darius the Great. I have to decide if I'm filming my favorite diverse fantasies or my favorite sapphic middle grade books. I would say because next month is Pride Month, probably sapphic middle grade books. That'd be fun.
Also, I feel like that's more of a niche video that like other people might not have done yet. So if you've got a lot of things to say on that, I want to hear it.
Yeah, I feel like she literally reads everything. She can make recommendations on anything. Like,
yeah, pretty much.
Her power.
I liked it, but yes, we mentioned that the writing was a little bit hard for Darius the Great to get through, but we really liked the story. I'm rereading because I listened to the audiobook last year. Now I have a physical, but it's a really good story. This is I literally just forgot it.
Don't touch my hair.
Don't touch my hair.
Don't touch my hair. Yeah. Basically Black people's hair representation and the social analysis around it.
That's so interesting. I need to add that to the video.
Yeah, I'm glad that there's like a series of books by different authors that are all kind of about this, because I've definitely heard of several different ones. I think Queenie is like a fictionalized story that has a lot of those similar elements as well.
Is that the same author?
No, I don't.
That's Candace Owens, isn't it?
Yes, yeah.
I need to read Queenie.
I need to read that too. I think Lois from Lochan Reads was the person who recommended it to me. So
yeah, same.
The author's Black British.
Wait, what?
The author's Black British, I think, right?
Yes, yeah, I think so.
I need to get on that because I don't read enough Black British authors. Like all the Black authors are American, so.
I feel like a lot of booktubers so like US focused that like I have to actively go out and like seek more UK diverse voices because
I just don't hear
them as much.
A lot of recommendations like Black British. Dee from Heroine's Corner. She has a lot. All of the recommendations are Black British. Like all of her Black recommendations. So.
Did you guys read Girl, Woman, Other? Bernadine Evaristo? Because I think she's
also
on
my wish list.
She's Anglo-Nigerian, I think. And I only read that one book by her, but I've also heard that like Mr. Loverman and like other stuff by her is also supposed to be really good.
Interesting.
So
that sounds familiar. Girl, Woman, Other.
Yeah, I think it won the Booker Prize last year or something.
Like that.
That was the one that like was weird because it tied with The Testaments by Margaret Atwood, which was really only because Margaret Atwood wrote another book and they were like, we have to give her an award. So I don't really.
And everyone was like, The Testaments wasn't even that good.
Yeah, I haven't read it, but I've heard it wasn't really that good, or at least like it has nothing. Like it's a completely different tone from Handmaid's Tale. So I don't really like know how I feel about it, but I just feel icky kind of about it. So I don't know, but I do think Girl, Woman, Other probably deserved the Booker Prize by itself to win. I read it February or something like that for the Krusty's book club, so that one was good. And yes, we will be reading Ember one day, I hope. I read Ember in the Ashes and A Torch Against the Night, but when Reaper came out, it'd been too long since the second one. I always have to like reread books when it comes out.
I need to because my memory is so bad, but I can't be asked. Like I'd rather just
Wikipedia, and then I can jump into.
Not even.
You just like fully go into the book like I don't remember who anyone is.
Yeah, it's been 2 years since I read the last one. Let's go. I have no idea.
It'll be fine.
I did that with a book that I loved this series when I think I was like 10 when I read the first 3 books, and then the 4th book got delayed because like the first book got adapted into a movie, so the author like took a break from reading the 4th book so that he could help with the movies, and I think it was like a 5-year gap between like the 3rd and the 4th book. And by that point, like I'd completely forgotten about it, and then I saw it on the shelves, and I think it was like a solid 8 or 9 years between me reading book 3 and 4, and I was like, oh, I'll remember what happened.
No.
Did not. Book 4 made no sense, and I was like, I can't even rate this.
8 years, that's crazy.
Oh wait, yes, isn't that kind of like the same thing with Brandon Sanderson with like whatever it is that's the next book?
Because
like, weren't you reading
between them?
Yeah, weren't you reading Rhythm of War? I think, and then like it was like, oh, to be continued in book 4, which is coming in like 2035 or whatever.
Literally, yeah. The 5th book in that series is coming out 2023. I want to say.
Oh wait, I thought there was something he was writing, and he basically like cycles through which series he writes, so you have to wait like 4 years or something.
Yeah, so like every other book, the books come out every year, but with the Stormlight books, because they're so fat, he does them every 3 years, like 3-year gap between the books. He's always coming out with like maybe 3 books a year because he's doing so many different series at the same time. It's wild.
I don't know how he does it, but yeah. Oh wow, every single Tuesday.
Nice.
I wish that was me.
I admire people who have schedules so much. Like, wow, you guys are just, you know.
I'm gonna have to head off in a minute because I need to go make dinner. But thank you so much for having me, and have good days, everybody.
Thank you for coming.
Bye.
Bye. I think we'll probably also wrap up here in a bit. We'll get through like some of the comments and chat for a little while longer. I've heard that the final book in an Ember in the Ashes series is a heartbreaker. I heard this too. I forget what it's called.
That doesn't surprise me because the first book was a heartbreaker for me.
Spy Against the Storm, I think, is called. Because I think Casey read that, and I remember seeing a vlog of Casey reading The Burning God and sobbing, and I think there was a similar looking thumbnail for Sky Against the Storm, so I think it's also a sad one. I don't know. Is the first one like sad, or it's just like a betrayal kind of?
I cried. I mean, I don't know if this is the case for everyone, but I cried in the first book, like a lot.
Oh my god.
I don't know if I'm the only one. Let me know if you guys have read it and if you cried as well.
Wow, I can't wait to cry. I'm totally gonna read and cry. I post 3 times a week, so I need to fill in the gaps.
Wow,
I wish I could post 3 times a week. That's incredible, honestly. Saba definitely had a long time between publishing book 2 and 3, so I get that. Was it a long gap for that as well? I think 2 and 3 for Ember in the Ashes series. I guess like 2 and 3 were also really far apart. Oh, it skipped a little bit. Hold on. I have 0 structure to my channel, and I hate it. So here I am, still not structuring anything at all.
Literally.
I have like an Excel sheet, and then I'll just like pretend like I'm going to post on these days, and I'll schedule out like I want to post a video like this and this and this. So it's like it's literally like 60 video ideas or whatever. None of them are filmed.
Oh, me too. Oh my god. Literally, I have a Notion page, and then like I have the months written down and like whatever I maybe want to do. But then at the bottom, it's all my like miscellaneous ideas.
Yes.
So many just get left behind in the dust. Like what happened to half of them, I don't know.
I had one plan that was like for that. You know, in my TBR video, I talked about that evolution book, Bone Chase, about how like, oh, what if we're all evolved from giants? And obviously, I was like, false. I'll take out some evolution books and disprove this, which is like so unnecessary because obviously we're not evolved from giants. But I was like, I'll do a whole reading vlog about it. But then I read it in like a day, and I was like, there's nothing to talk about.
Yeah.
So I feel bad because like some of these things I thought would be really fun, but they end up just getting trashed or left behind. So
honestly, same.
Wasn't meant to be. I don't know. I don't post wrap-ups at all because I read so many books each month. Yes, that's how I feel as well. I feel like what's actually smart is some people do recent reads videos. So for some people, it's because if they don't read a lot, like, so yes, I know you said like 1 month you read like one book, so you didn't feel like you wanted to do a wrap up. But if you do recent reads and you're like, the last 3 months, here's everything I read, and it's like 15 books, then that might be good. But also, if you read like 30 books a month, maybe if you wrap up like the first 15 of the month in a wrap up, and then you do the last 15 in a month later as your recent reads, then that also
that's what she does. She has a lot of recent readers videos, like number 335, and
oh my god.
Yeah, I mean maybe not that high, but she reads a lot.
That's so many. Oh my god. That's why I start. Yeah. I sometimes do that as well.
I get that.
I've read 30 books this month so far. I don't want to edit such a long video. You know what? How many more books? How many books can you read in a month? 30 books, and it's not even over yet. Oh my god.
I can't imagine. Can you imagine?
He reads everything. It's true. One day I'll reread the whole Ember Quartet. I think it'll be a while. Queenie, yes. This was that one Candace Owens book. Do you ladies read Brandon Sanderson? I haven't yet. But
he's so good. If you see my shelf, can you see? That's all Brandon's. Like, can you?
Is it really?
I mean, I don't. Yeah, can you see up there all the white books?
Oh, at the top. I was like, isn't it Skullduggery in the middle? Like.
Oh yeah, no. I mean like the ones at the top.
Oh, okay. I actually went to the library and I was like, do you guys have Skullduggery Pleasant at the library? And they were like, oh, what? What's it? Who is it by? And I'm like, Derek Landy, maybe? And they were like, oh yeah, we have some books here. And like they only had books 2 and 3. And I was like, oh, do you have book 1? And they were like, well, we have the audiobook on CD in our juvenile section. And I was like, perfect. So
oh my god. Wait, what does that mean? How do you borrow?
Like they have like the CDs and you can just borrow them.
So you listen to audiobooks on CDs?
I mean, I don't.
Oh.
Usually. But I was like, because I actually found it through my library app later. So I was like, okay, I could just listen to it over here.
I've never listened to I've reread it so many times. I've never listened to the audiobook. I need to.
I really wanted to read it physically, but I couldn't find it. So I was like, I guess I have to do audio first. But books 2 and 3, maybe I can read them physically. So.
I can't believe it. I'm so excited. Oh my god, this makes me so happy.
I feel like I have to do like all of Yasmin be reading books.
Stop.
Vlog or something. Like that's the kind of vlog I'll like put out no matter what time of the year it is. Like I'll just make it happen eventually.
That is literally. Do you know what? You should do it for my birthday. Is that me doing to?
No, I'll do it.
July's coming up. Okay, maybe you should do it for my birthday. Oh my god, that makes me.
When is your birthday?
July 13th. When's your birthday?
July 24th.
Oh my god, we have the same birth month.
Yeah. Wait. Okay. Wait. I have to. How much? Okay. Because the thing was,
no, it's fine.
I was planning this like vlog a little bit, and I was like, I could read like Skullduggery Pleasant, and I could do this, I could do that. But then I was like, should I read a Brandon Sanderson book for Yasmin's
vlog? Yeah, that would be.
But then I was like, aren't they like 1,000 pages each?
No. Do you know what? Forget it. It's your birthday month. Do it whenever you want to. It'll be my birthday whenever you upload that video.
I will try to at least read the first Skullduggery Pleasant book by your birthday. So at least I can like gush about it and be like, oh my god, it's so good.
Honestly, that makes me so happy. I wish I did a vlog for Sleeping Giants. It's so good. I wish.
It's so good. I love it.
Yeah.
Bye. Bye. The first Ember book definitely pulled your heart. Okay. I'm gonna be hurt. Thank you so much, Yasmin, for hyping up my channel. I really appreciate it. Hello, friends. Hi. I'm here working on my June TBR Bujo spreads. What's your theme for this month? I'm figuring out my like I have my theme, but I'm like still drawing everything in my bullet journal. I actually just skipped my May bullet journal because I was like, it's way too late. I'm just let's get a head start for next month. It's fine.
Fair enough. I still can't believe you dangle. Oh, birthday twins.
Hi. Oh my god, birthday twin. My actual twin. Speaking of recent reads, I uploaded a recent read video today. I hope people like it. Oh, go check it out.
Yes.
What were you saying about dangling?
Yeah, you dangle your phone. Remember you said you dangle?
So, okay, wait. Because I was trying to explain it to you before, but I don't know. Like, so this is like my tripod thing, right? So I'll rotate this part and I'll stick my phone in it like this.
Mm-hmm.
And it hangs on. Let me turn it around. Okay, so that's my like desk over here, and it just hangs on the top shelf of the desk over, which you can kind of see.
Wow, that's kind of perfect. Like that's the perfect setup.
Yeah, I had to like clean my entire area to do like bullet journal stuff because this used to be just like full of all of my journals down on the actual desk area. But I was like, I really want to do bullet journal videos, so you gotta make it happen.
Your room's cute.
My room is a mess, to be honest.
Yeah, but I like the whole like. Do you know all of the books like piled up on top of the desk?
That's probably like the neatest part. The rest of it is like an explosion of everything everywhere. I don't know.
Honestly, same.
I have to clean properly. The thing is, like, once I actually clean my room properly, I can finally open the gifts that I bought for myself for cleaning my room. So if you look down here, I have a bunch of packages that sit next to my bed every day as like, clean it. If you clean it, you can open me.
I love that for you.
So, I bought them so long ago that now I'm like, what did I buy? I can't wait to see what.
Wow, you surprised yourself. Oh my gosh.
Wow. Instead of focusing on monthly themes, I'm trying to do a full themed spreads for the readathons I'm doing.
That's a good idea.
I know that Shai is also doing Ghibli readathon, so I'm excited to see your Ghibli spread.
Wow,
what are your favorite series? Well, it's up there, but a series of unfortunate events, definitely, absolutely.
Your brand.
100%.
Yeah, this is my favorite series ever. Wait, I'm so bad at knowing which direction to put it in. This is my favorite series, Skullduggery Pleasant, and then this is my other favorite, Stranger Dreamer. Literally the best thing ever. It's so good.
I know that's Darian's favorite, so I have to read that for a Darian vlog as well.
You have to. Oh my god, I need to. You're gonna love it. Maybe.
I actually own Muse of Nightmares. I just need to get my hands on Strange the
first one. It's so good. But then I know there's mixed feelings about it because it depends on like if you vibe with her style. But
have you read Where Dreams Descend before?
I know you hated that one, right?
I didn't hate it. I just thought it was okay. I didn't think it was that great. But it's honestly, yes. So like I'm concerned because if I really didn't like Where Dreams Descend, I'm afraid I won't like Strange the Dreamer.
What did you not like about it?
To be honest, I hated the audiobook a lot, and I know that's a big part of why I didn't like it because the way the narration worked, along with the writing style, really did not work for me because it kind of sounded like someone putting on like a fake English accent for the entire book for like 17 hours, and I was like, great.
Right. And you pushed through the whole book.
I did the whole book, and I was like, I'm so tired.
Well, you should have quit. Switched.
But I owned the book physically. Like I actually pre-ordered it, so I kind of felt like I need to finish it and go all the way through it, but I did not. I didn't love it.
Was it like what was wrong with the writing style that you didn't like?
Like I guess the way that the characters talked to each other didn't feel like they had any characterization built into their dialogue, I guess. So, yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of things I actually really didn't like about the book now that I'm thinking about it. But I really didn't feel like they developed very much at all. And it's the kind of thing that, like, if the entire story had been condensed to maybe the first, like... Okay, I would say, like, the first, like, 2 to 3 hours was fine. And then if the rest of the audiobook had been, like... 1 hour, I would have been happy. And then the real story could have started. But I just kind of feel like nothing happened for the majority of the book after everything got introduced. And then I just felt like because nothing happened, nobody got characterized. Like the big twist at the end was like very vanilla for me, where I was like, I didn't really feel like this is very exciting.
Do you know, with Strange the Dreamer, that's a big, like, people say that there's, okay, the things that people like least about it when they don't like it is usually they think that nothing happens in the book until the end. So you have to be in it for the vibes. Like, you have to know that the plot doesn't reveal itself until later on. So there's a lot of build-up, like building up the atmosphere. People don't like her writing style because they think it's overindulgent, like very, but I thought it was the most beautiful thing in the whole entire world. Like I see what people don't like about it, but you know, it just depends on you, I guess.
Didn't you read like people's 1-star reviews of it, and someone was like, 1 star, I loved this book, and you were like, hello?
Are you confused? 1 star.
That's like, okay, it was that, and then I remember somebody said something that was like really awful, and you were like, this person's going to hell. And that's like the 2 things I remember most. Like,
yeah, some people said some very questionable things.
But yeah, I have to go back and rewatch that video of yours because that's a great video. But I'm still gonna like read Strange the Dreamer and try to like give it as much of a chance as I can. And I'm really hoping that I will enjoy it. But honestly, like when I think about Where Dreams Descend, my blood kind of boils because I just really didn't like it, and I feel bad because Darian is one of my closest booktube friends, and I'm sorry, but I
can just imagine how hurt she's gonna be if you don't like Strange the Dreamer as well.
I know.
It's friendship over.
I'm only talking about this right now because I know she's at work and she can't come and find me. But yeah, I literally at the top of my review, I was like, Darian, don't read this. I didn't like this book because of this. So, of course she read it anyway, but I
remember I put that picture that you posted on your Bookstagram on my story, and then she was like, why would you make me relive this? Oh my god.
I'm sorry, it was not for me. I love the Reader trilogy. I've heard of Tracy Chi, but I don't know what this is. Reader trilogy? What's it about? Reader trilogy. Tracy.
I've never heard of it.
Chi. Okay. Hold on. Okay, an island-filled world where reading is banned. Tracy Chi weaves together a brilliant story of pirates, assassins, and a main character who slowly discovers the... Hold on, it's loading. Hold on a second. Slowly discovers the... Okay, I can't find it anymore. Wait. What really happened the day after her father was killed and punished the people responsible. Interesting. Okay.
Oh, this is on my TBR.
If it's not on my TBR yet, it's about to be. So that sounds really good.
The cover looks really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to read this.
I gotta check that out. Still gotta read both series. I'm so late to the booktube thing. I don't know if like a lot of people talk about Skullduggery Pleasant.
Oh no one talks about it. Absolutely no
one. Yeah, so I don't really think it's necessarily like booktube not pushing it or anything yet, but it sounds really good. And the fact that like I think Yasmin maybe also kind of talked about how it's similar to A Series of Unfortunate Events at some point.
I've never read Series of Unfortunate Events, but it does have that like very dry. I mean, I don't know if this is the case for Series of Unfortunate Events, but it has a very dry, sarcastic, witty humor, like undertone throughout the whole thing. I don't know if you're into that. But.
The thing is, like, A Series of Unfortunate Events is basically like written in such a way that's like everything that's about to happen here is going to be really bad, so turn back now. But obviously you don't. You keep reading it, and he's like, I told you it was going to be bad. So, and like everything he writes is kind of like it's depressing, just the way that like if a woman leaves you and you're very sad all the time, it's just like that, and you're like, oh no.
Oh, let me keep.
Let me keep
going.
There's
a kids series as well. Wow.
But
I remember the movies were. I love the movie.
But obviously the story is not just like a depressed man telling you like don't read this story, but it's more so like about the children and everything going on with them. But I feel like that was a very formative series for me, so it's very hard for me to like dissect it without just being like, I love it so much. But
that's me with Skullduggery. Like if you hate it, I'm so sorry. Because
I'm sorry for you, you know, where it's kind of like you must be missing something, but I'm sure I'll love it just because I have to. Oh no, I DNF Strange the Dreamer.
See, this is what I mean. Like, I can't get my feelings hurt when people say this because I know it either works for you or it doesn't. So.
Oh wait, but I really like Strange the Dreamer. Oh, sorry, I really liked Where Dreams Descend. I read it physically though.
Interesting.
So if I didn't like Where Dreams Descend, maybe I'll really like Strange the Dreamer.
I
don't
hope
know.
to God that's the case, because
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I'm unhauling my physical copy because every time I look at it, I get mad, so I have to get rid of it. Have you girls read The Lord of the Rings before? I have not.
Yeah, I liked it. It was nice. It wasn't as bad as people make it out. I feel like everyone was like, it's so hard to read. I mean, it's a bit hard to read, but
is it 4 books?
It's a trilogy. Technically, it was written as 1 book, but it's a trilogy. So,
okay.
If you're including The Hobbit, I guess.
Then it's kind of like 4 books or something. I'm so excited for the sequel. I took the sequel off of my want to read shelf because I got so mad by the ending.
Darian is so lucky she's not here right now. That's all I'm saying.
I'm sorry. It's just because like Darian kept saying like the ending, I'm crying, it's so upsetting. So I was like, oh my god, it's gonna be really bad. But I don't know if it's just like because I've read and watched like a lot of stuff that I find to be like more devastating, that now like my bar for devastation is very high. So like if something bad happens, it has to be like really bad. Like literally I grew up on a series called A Series of Unfortunate Events. So like I'm used to unfortunate events. So I need them to be like bad. And I was just a little...
If you hate Stranger Dreamer, then I'm gonna put Where Dreams Descend on my TBR.
Okay, you can have my
copy. Similar reasons, then I will probably like Where Dreams Descend. So
okay, you can have my copy. I'll just send it to you. It's fine.
If you hate Stranger Dreamer,
we'll see. I'm so tired. Yeah. I'm actually nervous to read the Beyond the Black Door book. Is that what it's called? Yes. I liked what I read of it so far, but I only read like a chapter and a half or so. I liked the Ace rep in it at least. I'm not personally like Ace, but I'm like Demi, so I feel like it's like close enough stuff that I could speak on. So it seemed good enough at the time. I saw Skullduggery Puzzle book in my bookstore. I thought of you. I didn't get it though because it was in the middle of the series, but your videos convinced me to try the series.
Oh, that's so nice. Oh my gosh.
You should do it.
Yeah.
Also, I knew Shai was reading some of A Series of Unfortunate Events and was like 3 stars, 2 stars, and I was like,
okay, I'm scared now.
So I don't know. But I think like she kept reading it and then was like, okay, it's good. So same, add it to my list because every video too. See, Yasmin, you're changing lives.
Guys, stop. I can't.
Everybody has to do a Yasmin Be Reading vlog starting now and ending on July 13th. Go.
Exactly. July 13th, guys, remember that.
I actually love Lainey's writing so much, but I have a hard time with romance-heavy books, which is what she does.
Okay.
Both of her series, the only book I haven't read is Muse of Nightmares.
The romance, yeah. There is. If you don't like the romance in it,
it'll be hard.
Yeah.
I thought Muse of Nightmares like picks up right where Strange the Dreamer leaves off. Yeah. It kind of ends on like a big cliffhanger.
Yeah.
So
I read the 2 pretty much straight after the other, like maybe 1 book in between. But if I had to wait a year for that, I'd be so annoyed.
I would be upset. I don't have the Strange the Dreamer, but I have a hardback copy of Muse of Nightmares for $6.
$6
at Walmart.
Is it that one? Wait, is it the one that looks like this, like the UK one, or is it the American one?
The hardback I have is like purple, and it has like some like embossed.
Oh, yeah, that's the American one. I don't know why, but I find that cover so ugly.
I only have the hardback. I don't even have like the dust jacket because I got it as like a used book from somebody that I bought it from.
That's so cool though. Okay.
So
wow.
I don't know if that's the same one you have, Shai. Let us know. I don't know.
That's $6. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I've only ever heard of it from one person. So
yeah, we gotta read it. I can't deal with the series of Unfortunate Events because I can't deal with books where the dread factor is super amped up. Yeah. I love dread factor, so maybe that's why.
It makes me feel sick, like anxious.
I love it. It feels great. I don't know. I like it when books like make me feel a way that's like no, or like betrayal or whatever.
Actually, yeah, I don't think I have a lot of visceral reactions when I'm reading. So when that happens when I'm reading, I'm just like, damn.
Yeah, I mean the thing is like very few books make me feel physical emotions because I feel like I process the story, but very few of them have me like gasping or crying or like anything. Mm-hmm. And like A Series of Unfortunate Events is definitely like, obviously I have a nostalgia factor, but I definitely feel like it's one where like I will have to put down the book and be like, Oh my god, like just the way that it's written too is just brilliant. So I kind of feel like it gets me very immersed in the world, and when things happen, I feel it very emotionally. So
do you think that it's just as good as it was when you first read it when you were younger?
I think it's a little bit different because when I was picking it up last year and saying like, let me do a whole reread of the series, I thought like, okay, I really didn't love this book, but I still would give it like I would still give it 5 stars, but it's like a smaller 5-star than the other ones.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's like, okay, I love the series, but this one book is like my least favorite of the series. And then that book is my favorite of the series. And then when I read them again, I was like, no, like totally wrong. I don't know. Like I used to think I really didn't like the 8th or 9th book. I loved them this time. And then I was like, oh, I love the 10th book. It's my favorite. And I read it and I was like, this was fine. But it wasn't like that good. But then I read the 12th book. And like I think now as an adult, there were certain things I've picked up on that were just like more impactful in terms of like moral grayness. Okay. And like
you got the
I don't know. Like, do you know when you're a kid and someone's like, you can't read that, it's too dark for you, and you're like, oh, I read a lot of dark things, so like I can probably handle it, you know? I definitely like I wouldn't necessarily like say that out loud, but I probably definitely thought that way. So if I read something and it was like kind of devastating, I'd be like, but I can handle it. I don't feel fine. And now I'm like, this was so bad. How did this happen? Like, oh my god. And I guess it's just more like impactful because you just have a little bit more experience with the world.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think that's true. Like with the Skullduggery series, it gets really dark as it goes on. And when I first read it, I was like, okay, like when I was younger. But now when I read it back, I was like, damn, how was I reading that as a kid? Like,
yeah.
Even though it was a middle grade, so that's, I don't know.
That's the thing. It's like I think people think middle grades are all just like fun and games and like nothing bad happens, but sometimes they're very dark. Like A Series of Unfortunate Events, every book someone dies. Like it's not.
That's a middle grade though, isn't it? Like
it is a middle grade, yeah. And like every single book, pretty much, they go to a guardian, and then usually that guardian dies or something bad happens or something.
Yeah, I remember that movie was very messed up. Like it was sad. Like
I love that movie.
It was so sad. I loved it. Yeah, with Jim Carrey. Yeah. That was so good.
A lot of people really don't like that movie because they changed a lot from the books. But I grew up with it.
I didn't like the show. Did you like the show?
Oh, I love the show. You didn't like the show? Why?
No. I watched one episode. I just couldn't get into it. I have no reason. Maybe I should try again.
I found that like what I've been doing is I've been reading the book and then I've been watching the corresponding episodes, and I find that that's good because then like they really must have like studied the books when they made the show, because while there are definitely a lot of differences, they've incorporated a lot of like specific lines from the books.
Oh, I like when they do that.
Or like really specific elements where they'll like have the same exact like outfits or whatever that certain people had. So I can like definitely tell.
Do you know the show, the book series ending? I heard mixed things about that. Do you enjoy the ending of this series?
So I'm still reading The End, which is the last book in the series right now. But when I first read it, I was probably in like 8th grade or something. And I liked it because every book that he writes, I'm like, genius. Honestly, incredible. Fantastic. But a lot of friends were like, oh my god, this wasn't good because they didn't explain XYZ. And I was like, okay, but like, what did you want him to do? Like, not release another book? Like, come on. Like, the way that the series works is honestly framed in such a way that it's not supposed to hand you all of the answers. You're supposed to, like, the entire series is kind of about like being smart enough to read between the lines, and like if you read a lot, then you might be able to understand things more. And it's supposed to really be a series that encourages kids to read more, even though it's done in such a like dark way. So I kind of felt like the ending was very fitting because mysterious things happen that kind of sometimes leave you with more questions than answers in certain ways, but it also gives you a lot of like really satisfying answers to a lot of stuff throughout the whole series. And I actually found something much later on in life, I guess, called the Snicket Sleuth blog, which kind of explains like every single theory throughout the entire series and like what everything could have possibly meant. And all those theories I find like incredibly satisfying because they all have a lot of elements that were like dropped throughout all of the books. So I actually feel like he did a lot of like planning ahead so that everything worked out. So I actually really feel like it's very, very
How many books is the entire series?
So the original series is 13 books. there's one companion book called The Beatrice Letters, which has a lot of context that I would definitely recommend as well. And then there's like a little spin-off series that's 4 books long.
Okay.
So
maybe
if you have to read something, I would definitely recommend the original 13. They're the best.
Okay.
So July 24th, don't forget. Anyway. Adding the trilogy to my list as well. Oh my god. I'm sorry. I was talking for so long about this that I missed so many comments. It's one big tome, but it's split in 3 for publishing. This is The Lord of the Rings. I personally believe The Name of the Wind is a lot more difficult. I actually just got this from a book sale for like $1 or something.
Oh, I want the book now. I want it. I have a feeling I'm gonna really love it.
This is
The Name of the Wind.
Patrick Rothfuss book that like a lot of people say is like very complicated or something.
Very poetic. Like, I don't know. I don't think it's complicated. I think it's written like in a. Actually, I think Steph read it recently. But
yeah, I know Steph liked it. I think it's just like a lot of
is it like story? Isn't it like a guy telling his I don't know. I've heard very mixed things about the main character though.
I have the book right here. I could just read what it's about.
Oh, don't tell me. I don't want to know.
I don't know. I think because it's this big. Which just feels big. So I don't know. I think it's just like a lot of writing to say not as much stuff.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. I really want to read it. It just sounds very nice.
I have no idea what it's about, but I just bought it because I was like, oh, I've seen this around. So
I've heard it, like people are obsessed with it.
I liked Beyond the Back Door, but I didn't love it. The queer rep was one of the best parts, and I rated it 3 out of 5. Well, at least it has the queer rep. We like that. Rachel, okay, so I was not vibing with The Wide Window or The Miserable Mill, but Austere Academy and Urset's Element were so much fun.
Are these the unfortunate events?
Yeah.
Oh, the ones that she was like 2-star, 3-star.
Yeah. So The Wide Window and The Miserable Mill are the 3rd and 4th book. Austere is 5, and Urset's Elevator are 6. So, I mean, I kind of agree that like Wide Window and Miserable Mill are like probably they hit better when you're younger. Because it's the Wide Window has an entire thing where like you have to like decipher something based on a letter that someone writes with grammatical mistakes in it. And if you unscramble it, then it explains like what the truth is of what's going on. And like as a kid, you might be like, is that grammar correct? I bet it's not correct. Let me read between the lines. But as an adult, you're kind of like, this is obviously wrong.
That was in the movie, right?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, that was so cool.
Yeah, because I definitely highly recommend like reading it physically because it has stuff like that letter where you can actually like figure it out yourself.
I think I'd rather try this book series than try and watch the TV series again.
So I definitely feel like the TV show kind of makes no sense if you haven't read the books though. So I can understand like not loving it as much.
Yeah, maybe I didn't appreciate I don't know.
I mean, also they throw a lot of songs into the TV show and I don't know why, so I don't know. Appreciate it so much more than I did when I was younger.
Of course she's read that too. What haven't you read?
Of course. But also My Peril does slap. It's so freaking good. It's literally like the textbook best possible example of moral grayness. It is absolutely perfect. I love it. Muse of Nightmares is purple-ish with a big bird on the... Okay, yeah, I think that's the same one I have. It was sitting on the on April Fool's Day.
What great timing.
Oh my god. I've never seen the show, and I won't because the ending's different. I've heard the ending's different, but I don't know what it's all about yet because I've been putting off watching it. Yes, I also love the book series so much. And yes, I have read All the Wrong Questions. It is fantastic. And like when I found out that people had like a book community on the internet and then you could just buy books and people would haul them all the time, it definitely like influenced me to buy books. And one of the first things I bought was the All the Wrong Questions series because...
Oh, I've never heard of that before.
It's very good. You never heard of book hauls?
No. Yeah. What's a book called? Please explain.
Never heard of it. I don't know.
All the Wrong Questions.
Yeah, that's like the spin-off 4-book series that I mentioned before. That one like follows like the narrator of the series, Lemony Snicket. Because like that's the other thing that's so cool is like the book is written from a fictional character's perspective, and he's the author of the book.
Yeah. I remember my sister read the first couple of books. I think she really loved it when she was younger. She didn't
read it again. It's so good. It's the best. Literally about to push enter on a question about the on-screen adaptations, and you ladies started talking about. Yep, it's impossible for us not to talk about everything. relating to these. I read all the wrong questions. Yes, it can't get me started today. Fireworks light up the sky here every year on July 24th. Oh, it was just to celebrate me.
Yeah,
that's what it was. Why did they do that on July 24th?
Because it's your birthday. Why else would they do it?
They must have like started exactly on the year I was born. It just makes sense.
It does make sense, doesn't it?
Do you prefer hardbacks or paperbacks? Whatever's cheaper and prettier.
Yeah, usually paperbacks are cheaper. I prefer paperbacks because hardbacks, you know when you're in bed reading and it's on your chest and it just hurts.
Yeah, it just weighs down and you're like, oh, all right. I have to live with
but
this.
They are pretty, I'll give them that.
Yeah. I feel like paperbacks, because like if I want to read it and I'm like, what are you reading right now? It looks like this and not like a blank.
Yeah, true.
With the dust jacket.
Do you know I never used to take dust jackets off? And one time I was going on holiday and I took a hardback with me. And if you see that thing, it's not cute. But I love floppy because in America you guys have mostly like floppy paperbacks. Ours are so stiff. Like most of my books, they don't move.
Really?
Yeah.
Even like big ones?
Oh yeah. Let me think. Okay. This book, make this make sense. Please make this make sense, right? So the first book is nice and floppy, right?
Yeah.
The second book,
it's very stiff.
It's literally so stiff. Like, and then this. It makes no sense. You guys are so lucky because the UK paperbacks are I hate it.
Oh my god. Why do they do? I feel like that makes it harder to read the book too, because if you flip it open, it's just stiff.
Yeah, like literally most of my books are even. I don't like when small ones are they're just all trash. I can't.
I know that too. I've been reading A Series of Unfortunate Events on audio, which is narrated by Tim Curry, by the way.
Okay.
Which I've loved, but the grammar issue / letter doesn't translate to audio at all. Yeah, there's certain things that like they literally don't talk about at all. But the physical copy has like pictures. It has like very different formatting for the text and stuff.
I love multimedia. So you're really selling this series to me.
Yeah, multimedia is like the ultimate peak form of like it's basically like why like if Sleeping Giants has like the full cast audio and that's like the best possible experience, multimedia is like the best possible like physical experience.
100% agree.
It's so good.
I get excited whenever I see any.
Yeah. All the Wrong Questions is sort of a prequel series. Yeah, because Lemony Snicket's like a kid in this spin-off series thing. Pioneer Day. Nobody actually cares about the holiday itself. Interesting. It's like July 4th, part 2.
That's really dragging it out, isn't it?
I guess. I don't know. Pioneer Day. Never heard of that before. I once dropped the Lord of the Rings bind-up tome on my face! Did you recover? Are you okay?
It's so big. Literally, let me show you. I have the bind-up too. Okay.
Oh my god.
This is like the paperback. Well, there's many editions, obviously. This one I got like used. Look how raggedy it is. I found random things in the pages. I can't lie to you. But yeah, it's heavy and very thick.
That looks heavy. I feel like the camera doesn't always like show it, but like to me, this looks pretty big, and that's way bigger. Like,
yeah, this doesn't look that big, does it?
I think if you bring it closer to the camera, then it's like, like compared to the face, like this is big. Like,
yeah. Oh, is that one like bigger this way?
It's I think so, a little bit. It's bigger than my head, I think, maybe.
Yeah, my head's big. So.
Yeah.
Let me do yours, Rachel. Let me guess yours. Sci-fi. A thriller. What are the other genres? Give me a clue. I don't know the genres. Is it serious or is it fun?
I guess serious?
Literary fiction?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right, you can guess mine.
Okay. Definitely fantasy, I would say. Do you like literary fiction? Like, kind of?
Yeah. Usually, I feel like I rarely read it because it's so like deep. But when I do, I usually enjoy it.
I don't know if I would say it's your favorite, like top.
Yeah, I don't think it's. I don't even know what my top 3 is. I'm just waiting for you to say, and then I'll be like, okay.
Okay, well, I know from your recent wrap up, kind of, that it's like, are you a romance reader now? Kind of.
Yeah, but I still wouldn't put it in my top 3. But then again, what is my top 3?
That's the problem.
Maybe I do top 3. I'm really loving sci-fi as of recently.
What other sci-fi have you read?
Like the last one I read was Waking Gods. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
But I know I love it. Like I know it's gonna be like, you know. Yeah.
Book 3 is.
I only have one favorite genre.
It's just fantasy, sci-fi, maybe.
Yeah, fantasy sci-fi. Okay. I love fantasy sci-fi.
Yeah, it's hard to like narrow it down. So I don't know. Yeah. I was fine, but didn't read in bed for a while. Yeah, need to recover. My cat has just entered the scene.
Well, I feel FOMO. Everyone has cats except for me.
She just appeared. Okay. It's fine. She's just gonna go sit in my closet. You're not missing anything. It's fine. It's like July 4th part 2. It literally is. They don't take down the fireworks stands after the 4th because they know we're gonna be doing it all over again in a few weeks. I've never heard of this before. It's so interesting.
Yeah, I never heard of it.
I have to go film, but thank you for hosting. Thank you for coming. I can't wait to see your sapphic book recs and your diverse book recs. So very excited for it. It's, I don't know what time it is for you right now. I think it's 6:46 for you, almost 7 o'clock. So you probably want to eat. You probably want to eat dinner. It's almost 2 o'clock here. But I think maybe we'll wrap it.
Yeah.
Here for now. But thank you everybody for coming. Thank you very much. We're gonna get back to 1K and 2 point whatever soon. So thank you very much for coming, everybody.
Yeah, I'd like to say thank you. I didn't think I'd ever make it to Rachel's reading sprints, so I'd like to thank my mom, I'd like to thank my dad, everyone I know basically, because this is wow. Where did you go? No, this is my sprints now. Okay, bye, Rachel. I'm gonna end it here, guys. Thank you so much for coming to my channel. Rachel, you're not allowed back here. Yeah, guys, it was so fun. Thank you for coming to my sprints. I put that on the screen myself. Yes.
Your hands are in the air. Your hands. Both of your hands are here. You're like, oh, yeah, I've done this.
Bye. The other hand I'm using to click stuff.
Goodbye, everybody.